Hello and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are the Downstairs Hooligans, coming at you with our very first episode ever. This podcast is full of sports, current events, topics, and fun opinions. With the other hooligans, I'm the first off to start. I'm PJ. I always love entertainment like this. This is so fun to do this. I'm so excited to be here. And I'm going to hand it off to my other hooligan, Zach.
Like you said, my name's Zach. You know, we've been talking about doing this for a long time, and I'm just really excited and happy that it's actually going. Take the floor, Sky.
I'm Schuyler Gregory, and I can't wait to discuss these hot topics with you guys today. But now I'm going to hand it off to my fellow hooligan, Caleb.
I'm Caleb. Zach likes to say I don't know much about sports, but
Facts.
I think I'm a sleeper, like Marlon Mack. Zach.
Facts.
All right. Well, let's get into our first topic of the day, and our first topic is Jalen Hurts went the fuck off last night. Can we talk about that?
Terrific last night. I'm just gonna he tore the Houston defense apart. It was ridiculous. I watched the game. Over 500 yards produced from just him and 6 touchdowns. Come on.
Yeah, like
the rushing.
The dude's insane. He went basically flawless, 20 for 23 with 300 passing yards. 330 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. Like, that's just crazy.
Something about OU, man. They just attract a bunch of great QBs. Hey, I'm wearing this shirt right now.
What a middle finger to Nick Saban, right?
That's
Can we talk about that?
Yeah.
What a middle finger.
Screw Nick Saban. You don't know what you're talking about.
He's just cocky.
I just imagine Nick Saban on his couch at his $1 million house just watching that game and just sweating.
Yeah.
Seeing Jalen Hurts just do that to Houston. I mean,
Just wiping his forehead. Ah, my God.
I
No,
can't
why?
imagine
No.
how he felt watching that game.
Yeah, I mean, OU does something right with their quarterbacks, I guess, because Baker Mayfield, I think, is going to turn up this season.
Kyler Murray.
Kyle Murray
could pull
might.
Patty.
He
just
might
won a
pull.
Heisman.
I mean,
I think he's going to pull a patty. I think he's about to go off.
Throw for 50 touchdowns.
I don't know about throwing.
Fuck yeah.
We're talking about the Cardinals here.
And if he shows off with the Cardinals, that just shows how great of a player he is.
I don't think there should be too high expectations for Kyler Murray. Like, everything defies against him. Like his height, his weight.
He's a hobbit.
Yeah, like
So is
he's a
Russell
Wilson.
Wilson.
He's a knockoff Russell Wilson, though. That's
He
the
is.
thing.
He's great value. Russell
So if he
Wilson.
overcomes all those obstacles and goes the fuck off, that means he's the greatest of all time. His rookie year.
There was a lot of good rookie years, and then afterwards,
Like Dax.
There's still a couple guys named Tom Brady and Drew Brees in the league, so I don't know if we could really call him the greatest of all time.
But if he overcomes all those obstacles, his height, his weight, his offense, his wideouts, his O-line,
how old's Tom
that would
Brady?
make him the
45?
GOAT.
40 something.
45.
He's up
He's
there.
He's still winning Super Bowls.
he's not 45. He's
But
42.
He's got the
was saying he
height,
wants
he's
to
got
play
the
until
weight,
he's
he's got the
45.
wideouts, he's got the O-line. If Kyler Murray overcomes all those obstacles, I would say he's the GOAT.
He lost
And just
a
his
big-
first year, I would think he's the GOAT.
All right. Well, since we're talking about players, let's just get into our fantasy. Because Caleb drafted Andrew Luck, which sucks. It sucks because I was thinking about Andrew Luck a little bit.
Like 30 minutes before he retired, I drafted him.
It was 30 minutes. It was that night.
We were all just sitting there on the couch, you know. We just looked down. I looked down at my phone. I got an ESPN notification that says, "Breaking: Andrew Luck retires." And the first thing I
We
did
were
was
just
sit
like,
there and
who
laugh.
has him? Who has him?
I was awestruck. I could not believe it. And I drafted T.Y. Hilton,
I
so
was about to pick up Andrew Luck too. Like, that was the thing. I was deciding between whether him or Matt Ryan, and I'm just so grateful that I chose to pick up Matt Ryan instead of Andrew Luck.
See, I would have rather have gone with Matt Ryan, but he had already been scooped up,
I
you
think
know?
you had a chance to pick up Tom Brady too, didn't you?
Yeah, he was way down in the waivers, though, or like the rankings for some reason, so I didn't see him. I saw Andrew Luck, I was like, that's a scoop.
Well, he's projected
Turns
to
out
go
not so
off.
much.
He was because
Yeah.
his
Oh,
comeback
yeah.
season, he was just ready, I think, and everybody's just waiting for it.
Oh yeah, the Colts. I expected the Colts to go very, very far in the playoffs. this
Definitely.
year, but now that Andrew Luck's gone and their starters,
Their
Jacoby
chances
Brissett,
go way down.
Jacoby
they're
Brissett.
done.
I just
There's
want to
not
talk
a
about
chance.
the disrespect that the Colts fans showed him, booing him off the field in that preseason game.
And like, that's something you hate to see. You know, like when a player like Andrew Luck, he he plays through injury. He does so many things, just to put his body on the line for that team and for the Indianapolis Colts, and then for them just to boo him in the spurt of the moment.
Right, just because off a decision to retire that he made,
Just terrible. Like, why would you do that to your fan base? Especially, it's just a preseason game, just halftime. Like, why?
And for Andrew Luck,
why?
Looking so good at Stanford, coming into the NFL, having a great season, and then just being plagued with injuries.
Right.
With shoulder, calf, all this different things.
True.
Lacerated kidney, I think he had. Who gets a lacerated
kidney? Somebody shanked him. Shanked him during a sack. But yeah, I mean,
they disregarded all of that, and they're just booing him.
I'm sure if the fans could go back, they would take back their boo. Like,
they would.
They would. They definitely. I'm sure most of them.
If they thought it through, they would take back their boo.
Now they're relying on Jacoby Brissett. So.
And there was still.
If I was relying on Jacoby Brissett, Jesus.
There was still a possible chance that Andrew Luck was still very, very young. So like there was a chance he could have maybe just taken a year off and just got all healed up, gotten feeling good, and then started missing football some more, and then he just decided to come back. But with that being his last imprint, just getting booed.
Just terrible.
I don't know if he's going to want to come back to the Colts.
If he does come back, he's not going back to the Colts. The fans just ruined it. Like, they just ruined themselves if he comes back.
It feels like he's been trying to take off time to get himself right, to get himself... And then the injury just relapses or something happens in practice.
Yeah, he had all summer just to recover. And they were saying that he'd be good by the preseason week 1, and then when the time came around, they're like, "Oh, he's going to need a couple more months."
I think he hurt his calf too in preseason or something.
He did.
Before preseason. So
what a sad. Like, you're a Colts fan. You're like, I just drafted Andrew Luck.
You're a Colts fan. You're now
he's gonna go off.
Maybe a 10-6 season. Now you're into a 4-12 season, 5-11 season.
Depends what Jacoby Brissett does.
They could also pick up. I know they've been working on a few quarterbacks. They could pick up like Matt Castle. I know they were also working out.
Let's get Colin Kaepernick on the Colts. Let's get Colin Kaepernick.
I know that I saw on
it.
Instagram right before I got on the show that they picked up Brian Hoyer as their backup.
Oh really?
Which isn't bad.
I mean, he's one of the solid backups.
Yeah, he's
a solid backup.
Just a veteran.
I think he was the quarterback for the Texans for a little bit. But.
Who do you think had the worst draft in our league?
The worst draft? Cruz. Come on. His two running backs are both holding out of their contracts, Melvin Gordon and Ezekiel Elliot.
But Zeke might sign back.
Over
here, Cowboys analyst. Zeke might sign back.
I'm definitely confident that Zeke will sign back within this week.
But you have Tony Pollard, so how does that work out for you?
Regardless of when Zeke signs back, at this point he's signed back too late. So even if he does sign back this week, they will most likely not play him a lot week 1.
They're not going to play the second running back in the league?
I think they might. I think they might week 1.
Because
of training camp.
If Zeke was to sign today, like let's say Zeke signed today, then I feel like he could have a possibility of them just throwing him in, like start week 1. Or maybe not necessarily start week 1, but split the carries with him and Tony. But as time goes, I feel like that's more and more of just him being held out. Like they were talking about Zeke needs to be signed by around week 6, week 8 if he does continue to hold out, because if he doesn't, then he will not be. The Cowboys can pull a card where they said he wasn't eligible and in prime condition by the time that he did come back. So then they could just cancel his contract and he has to pay a bunch of fines.
And I don't know if I would play him week 1. I mean, he hasn't been there with the team until if he were to sign today, he'd be here for 5-6 days.
He's kind of being a douchebag too. He kind of just said, "You know what? Screw you guys. I want more money." And he was still on the contract. You said
2 years under the contract.
But you gotta look at also
from
his standpoint. Jerry Jones kind of been a little bit disrespectful to him, if we're gonna be honest.
I feel like Jerry Jones owns the right to say whatever he wants.
Whoa!
He said
what?
Jerry Jones made a very stupid comment when he said that you don't need a good running back to win a Super Bowl.
You don't necessarily do.
I'd say
maybe if you have god tier wideouts who can run the ball too.
The Cowboys don't have.
Exactly. So like I was saying, it surely helps to have Zeke in the backfield. But I feel like with Tony Pollard, we will do all right. This is just saying that we play Tony Pollard for like the first few weeks, possibly, and then Zeke comes back and then he takes over. Like I don't expect Tony Pollard to just play all 16 games, have a phenomenal season. I don't expect him to carry that type of load like he didn't in Memphis whatsoever. So
let's talk about the other running back, Melvin Gordon. What do you think about Austin Eckler maybe being a starter for the
Egghead?
I mean, from what I saw as him as backup for Melvin Gordon last year, when he got in and played snaps, he looked pretty good.
Oh yeah, he definitely looked very good.
Let's look at him on fantasy here.
I think that's kind of what made the Chargers decide, like, all right, Melvin Gordon's getting very expensive. We kind of got what we wanted out of him. Mm-hmm. Now, like, we have an all right backup who looks like he can produce similarly to what Melvin Gordon did. So they probably are just gonna pass up.
Yeah,
maybe,
yeah.
And you can probably get something out of Melvin Gordon because he asked for a trade. So
yeah, that's what
he's one of the top running backs in the league. I'd say you get something.
You can get a solid.
Where do you
trade.
think he will go?
Who
needs
needs
Melvin Gordon?
The Chiefs. I mean, they have Damian Williams.
Yeah, but they
just signed LaShawn McCoy,
they
didn't
just
I
signed
guess they did
LaShawn.
just sign LaShawn. LaShawn McCoy, though. I mean,
I feel like with them,
Come on.
I agree, but with them signing LaShawn, I think it just kind of puts them out of the race for picking up Melvin Gordon.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the Bills.
Who do the Raiders have at running back? I guess they have that Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs. They just drafted him. Yeah, I don't know where he's going to go.
The Packers have not really had a consistent number one running back for a while.
That is true.
After the
Are
trade.
you kidding me? Aaron Jones is a top 5 back in the league.
Aaron Jones kind of came out of the pack last year at the end of the season and looked really good, but it's always been between him and Jamal Williams for that top running back spot.
They did have Eddie Lacy for a few years.
Big
Then
boy
he
Eddie.
About what, 60 pounds?
Yeah.
He looked like
an offensive line.
He looked like a bowling ball.
He was a big dude. He definitely got big.
We can talk about the trade that happened last night in our fantasy.
Yeah, let's talk about that because our fantasy league's kind of bad. I'm not.
I
thought it was pretty fair.
Yeah, I thought it was a fair
because
trade.
I don't know about Amari
The
Cooper.
trade was between me and Caleb.
I feel the trade was not.
Okay,
fair.
yeah, let's
make
this trade.
The trade was between.
The
me
trade
and
was
Caleb.
I got Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones, both from the Packers, and Sky got Todd Gurley and Amari Cooper.
Come on now.
Okay, but
come on now.
I give up a tier 1 running back for a tier 1 wideout because I have decent backup running backs. I get a mediocre running back, but I give up a mediocre wideout. So now I have 2 top tier wideouts. I have Devontae Adams and Juju, but I have like Philip Lindsay and Mark Ingram at running back,
and both
which
Amari
are decent
Cooper,
backs.
Amari Cooper and Aaron Jones are both very inconsistent.
Yeah.
And Amari Cooper's inconsistent because of his quarterback. I mean, Dak Prescott is he can be very good, but he can also be very poor.
Uh-oh.
The volcano.
There's no proof of Dak Prescott not performing and not winning.
One playoff win.
One playoff win is pretty good.
I mean, I have to go back and look at his stats. He's not consistently.
He has the second most winningest record behind Tom Brady, who is the GOAT.
But what has he done?
Hogwash.
Win.
Has he made it to the divisional conference championship?
He hasn't. No, they just made it to the second round.
Hogwash.
Who did they lose to in the second round?
They lost to the Rams because our defense.
A team that put up 3 points against the Patriots.
Think about this. Think about this.
About it.
They ran through our defense. Our defense performed so poorly that game. They had us from the get go. Like they put up, I think 200. I think C.J. Anderson put up 230 yards just that one night by himself.
Was C.J. Anderson starting for them?
No, he wasn't even the starter. It was Todd Gurley.
I didn't know if Todd Gurley was.
Todd Gurley was.
Oh yeah, C.J. Anderson went off that game. I remember.
C.J. Anderson, yeah, he just took the game over. So, and there was nothing we could do about it. We got down from, I think at halftime we were down probably 2 touchdowns, and then from then on.
That's when you need Dak to do something.
He did. If you go back and watch the game, in the third and fourth quarter, he took the game over. But Ezekiel Elliott was not running whatsoever. He had like 65, 70 yards. And if anything, Ezekiel Elliott was lacking that game, and Dak Prescott was trying to perform and carry his team. The defense was not performing at all either.
And there's the case.
Well,
was Zeke not performing because he was lacking, or was the O-line lacking, or was the defense just going off?
Was it the Rams defense?
The Rams defense
I'd have to watch the game again.
Okay.
But I feel like it was morally just the defense playing well,
Yeah.
our offense playing bad. Like our offensive
Right.
line
They just
not
had a bad
playing
game.
well.
You can't go wrong with Aaron Donald up front.
Yeah, like
I mean,
not to mention
he's
he
the
wasn't
best
even
D-tackle
going
ever.
off that night. He had like 1 pressure and like 3 tackles. He had
Really?
0 sacks. It was Dynamic Sue who was going off. He had like 2 sacks.
Who's another good
Yeah,
D-tackle.
exactly.
Their
So
D-line's
dirty-
just
dirty
nasty.
D-tackle.
You can never go wrong with having them too.
You know who's
Well,
going to have a good D-line? The Seattle Seahawks.
they are definitely going to have a pretty good.
Jadeveon Clowney. that was a good pickup.
Jadeveon
That was a
Clowney.
huge
Huge pickup. Paid a little bit for him.
They did. They paid a pretty penny.
A
for
pretty
him.
Point is that
penny.
They overpaid
Pretty
for
I
it.
don't
think
know
they
if we
overpaid.
overpaid. Because we have one of the best
only-
D-lines
Okay,
in
the
the
only
league now.
reason that I would think you guys didn't overpay was because of the fact that you guys got
Frank
rid of
Clark.
Frank Clark, so it opened up some cap space to where you could get.
They
get
paid
guy
a pretty
like that.
penny for Frank Clark.
They did.
We did.
The
Well,
Chiefs played a...
We needed something
Paid a
on
lot.
defense.
That's very true. Yeah,
Yeah, the Chiefs
everybody's like, the
defense
Chiefs
has been
defense is
bad,
going to be
so-
amazing. I don't know. Didn't you guys get rid of D Ford, too?
Yeah, but we got Tyrann Mathieu now at secondary. He's pretty good.
He is
Yeah,
pretty
he is
Honey
pretty
Badger.
good. But who are your corners? No one.
Beats me, dude.
It's gonna be different every year. you know?
It's gonna be a
It's just
draft
gonna be
pick.
different
I remember
stuff.
It's
Sorensen
coin
last
flips.
year. I think he was a safety. He was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I see the Chiefs having a good season because of their offense.
Well, yeah, their
Yeah.
offense is
Obviously.
super power.
The Chiefs
Unless
Patty
Patty
has the
Madden
Madden
curse.
that is
and then
true.
he just completely shits the bed.
Yeah.
Which could happen. That
It
could
could be
happen.
a
happen.
possibility, but
It
Patrick
happens.
Mahomes seems like that different type of guy. He doesn't seem like a type of guy.
He doesn't
that shit
quit.
the bed.
Yeah.
He just seems like he has that winner mentality, and he's just always meant for greatness, you know.
Right.
So,
And like he's just gonna continue to keep his composure and just
right, just
play like he knows how to play.
he has all the tools around him to perform well. So
Now let's ask the real question here. Who had the best team on our fantasy football league?
That's interesting that you would ask that.
Right?
Because
I just
you're-
want to hear your guys'
well, because
answers.
You're the one that always.
interesting.
You're the one that always is talking your team up. You know, I've heard you probably 10 times the last
I'm just
couple days.
I'm just asking you
I'm the best
guys.
Team in football.
I'm just asking you guys. Who has the best
If
team?
I had to choose the best team, I'd say probably you. You have a very good
Thank
team.
you.
See,
Zach?
But when this trade goes through,
If the trade goes through, that doesn't make you guys the best because of your inconsistency with your wide receivers and running backs.
yeah, that's
That's
true.
just
Like,
it.
Yeah.
My wide receivers and running backs and quarterbacks, I have Drew Brees, David Johnson, Saquon, AB, Julian Edelman, Jarvis, Hendry, and Greg Olsen and Delaney Walker.
but my team becomes Aaron Rodgers, Todd Gurley, Le'Veon, Amari Cooper, T.Y. Hilton,
Amari Cooper,
and Devontae
T.Y. without
Freeman.
luck.
you hear
T.I.
this
without
hogwash?
luck.
You hear this hogwash?
What hogwash?
The team that he got from that terrible trade.
It's a fair trade.
No,
It is a
because
fair trade.
We
Not a
just
fair
talked
trade.
about
Yeah.
this trade.
We
I got
didn't
the-
talk about it whatsoever. We got to talking about Dak.
I got the
True.
OP. I got the OP running
We
backs
haven't-
of the deal, but he got Devontae and Juju as his
I have the
running
OP
backs.
wideouts.
Two
And I still have
according-
decent
According
backups.
to
I
NFL
would-
Fantasy, the 2 and 3 wide receivers
I'd
predicted
say-
this year. Projected.
I'd say your wide receivers, like I said, your wide receivers are top of the line. And Schuyler, your running backs are top of the line. But when
Yeah.
it comes down to it, Schuyler got the better deal at the end of it because not only did you get a better player, you got 2 better players, Todd Gurley and Amari Cooper. He had 2 players from the same team. Now that's going to divide the amount of points up.
True.
So there's nothing you can do about that.
That is very
and
true.
there will
Unless-
be-
Now that I think about that, that's
there
very
will be
good,
a
solid
couple
point.
of weeks where your team will circumference all the points because you have the running back and then the wide receiver, the 2 main people that will be getting all the points.
Yes.
But there will also be a lot of weeks where you will see one of the other just not going off. There's not going to be every week where both of the players are just going in. So by bettering your chances of getting a higher score, you need to have more players from different teams and just kind of.
I get that, and I have them starting. And if Aaron Jones is going to be playing a shitty rush defense, he's going to be a flex. Like, I'm going to start Mark Ingram and Phillip Lindsay because those are the main backs for their teams, and I feel like they're going to perform just as good as Sky's wideouts.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I feel like Mark Ingram's not going to have too great of a year this year. So that's what makes me think that, like,
We
your
feel
running
like Amari
backs-
Cooper's not going to have too great of a year this
I
year.
feel like he's going to have a better year.
He might. He might.
He had a full year to grow with Dak and get that chemistry going.
True.
So he could perform very, very well.
And if Zeke doesn't come back, he's going to become a huge target.
I did say
priority.
this last night.
So I don't see why you trade him away.
Amari Cooper was very inconsistent at the end of last year with Dak.
True.
I mean, we talked about it. He had that 217-yard, 3-touchdown game, and then going to the last 3 games, not even combining for over like 80 yards total receiving. And one, he had 20 yards against a 32nd ranked secondary in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
He loves bringing that up.
The 32nd ranked, was that this year or last year? Were they 32nd?
Last year.
They were 32nd ranked.
Last year they were 32nd ranked.
20 yards receiving.
I can't defend against.
He can't defend against.
Like I don't know what to say. Other than the
maybe
fact
they just switched it up.
Other than the fact that they played a good game against him, maybe Dak wasn't performing,
which he has been known to do sometimes.
Dak is a winner. He's been known to win games though. So.
Zach, can you clear me on this? Didn't Amari Cooper like break his ankle against the Seahawks? Like, remember that, or was that another wideout?
No, that was.
Remember, because we were watching the game.
It wasn't Tavon Austin. It was.
Was it Gallup?
The one that came from the Jags.
Oh yes, Alan Hearns. He
yes.
like broke something,
yeah,
dude.
Okay,
I thought it was Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
My bad on that.
And the Cowboys ended up releasing him.
Oh yeah,
so that's what kind of sucks.
That kind of sucks for him, man.
He had something. He had something going for him, and then you kind of thought that the Cowboys would have his back.
And he was a good wideout too.
Yeah,
he's solid 3
on the team. He's a big dude too. Like,
yeah,
he's like 6'3", 6'4". He's a big wideout. So you figured they'd at least keep him on the IR, just kind of keep him around because he kind of put his all on the line like that. But I guess at the end of the day, it's business, and they just decided to release him.
See ya.
Yeah, they just said,
Zeke's asking for this money. See ya. That's what I think.
yeah.
That's what I think.
We have selfish players that want all the money.
He does deserve a good amount of money, though.
True.
Right.
I agree.
But when it comes down to it, Ezekiel Elliott's been having a lot of off-field issues every year. And then when you look at other players who have been playing just as well, like you look at Dak Prescott, who's been playing well. He's had no character problems whatsoever. He's literally everything you'd want to look forward to having a franchise quarterback, especially being the Cowboys when they're on all platforms. He's just the most looked upon quarterback in the entire league. And for him to be like as good of a character as he is, he always knows what to say. He just carries himself with what a Dallas Cowboys quarterback should be.
Well, and mostly, I mean, you're getting paid for what you do on the field, and Ezekiel Elliott has produced on the field.
He's produced on the field, but it also comes down to, can I trust you?
If they get into stuff off the field, they won't be able to play on the field.
Right. Can Jerry Jones trust Ezekiel Elliott? Like, here, you got these big bucks. Will you settle down and just start doing some stupid things off the field?
Wasn't he talking about who was it? The running back he used to play for the Cowboys. He's like, he went to a franchise. He played for another team.
Oh, DeMarco Murray.
Was it DeMarco? It was Emmitt Smith.
It was
the Emmitt Smith
yeah,
comment.
Yeah.
He was like, Emmitt Smith went to another franchise. Why can't I just do that and get paid better?
And it was different. See, what's different about all that, though, is Emmitt Smith was under no contract with the Cowboys. So Emmitt Smith could do what he wanted to do. But then when it came down to it, Ezekiel Elliott still has 2 years on his contracts. Regardless of how he's performing and getting overpaid, yes, I think he should get paid. And I also think that if he handled it a little bit better, like he went to training camp, he showed up and he showed like that he wanted to be a part of this team, I feel that the contract would already be done.
True.
And he would have kind of proved this trustworthiness towards Jerry Jones. But now pulling this act, I feel more like Jerry Jones feels like you're going to be kind of behind me. You're going to be against me.
True. We're going to post our fantasy football teams on Instagram if you want to check out our Instagram, the Downstairs Hooligans. And here's a real question. Is AB going to be good this year?
Not unless he gets his helmet.
Not unless he gets his helmet.
That's the most bullshit thing I've ever heard this whole year.
Yeah,
I want my old helmet. Let me get more concussions. So stupid.
I feel like the NFL regulations would obviously have top-tier helmets so their players don't get hurt. They have millions of dollars on the line.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
They're not just going to give their players a bunch of cardboard hats to
The
play
franchise,
helmets,
they don't want them hurt, obviously. The players don't want to be hurt.
There was like 30 different helmets that he could have chose from too. So that's the nail biter. Like they're like, all right, I understand. Here's all these options for you.
He's probably just scared of Derek Carr not performing.
Talking about whether or not he's going to be good this year, yeah, we got to look at what quarter. He went from Ben Roethlisberger, a great quarterback,
the vet,
to Derek
Big
Carr.
Ben.
Derek Carr's a decent. He's like a Matthew Stafford.
Yeah,
kind of deal, like that
Matthew
range,
Stafford. Yeah,
you know,
I'd say
which is
definitely
all right.
Matthew
Mediocre
Stafford.
quarterbacks.
like a 16, 14 range, maybe.
Dak Prescott range.
No.
No,
No, sir.
Dak's an 8, 9.
Matt
I feel like
Ryan.
top 10.
I'd feel like Dak's
Top 10.
probably a top 10.
Yeah.
But you get back
But-
to Andrew Luck.
yeah,
But anyways,
Anyway.
I think
Andrews.
AB. That's why I drafted him. I think AB will go off this year just because of his speed and his route running.
He
Yeah.
could definitely go off this year. And as we saw from Derek Carr, he can throw the ball.
Oh, he can
Oh,
ball
yeah.
out,
He can whiz
but he
it.
can be
He can sling it,
inconsistent
yeah.
too.
Yeah, so I mean, what it came down to was the reason Derek Carr wasn't performing was because he didn't have people like Antonio Brown to catch the ball for him.
True,
So
but he did have Amari. And Amari did
yeah,
kind
I
of
felt
ball.
like Amari Cooper was just not at home there. Like he always had John Gruden in his ass, and he also
John
I feel like-
Gruden's in everyone's ass.
Yeah, I also feel like him and Derek Carr just didn't have that chemistry. Like Amari Cooper was dropping a lot of balls in Oakland. I know that.
Oh yeah.
He had like the second most drop balls
Really?
in the league. Yeah.
That's why I got rid of him.
Derek Carr did get an upgrade this year though, from going from a washed up Jordy Nelson that left the Packers to now a top 3 wide receiver in the league, an AB.
Oh yeah, that's huge for him.
I mean, I think Jordy Nelson literally signed a 10-day contract with the Packers just to retire.
Just to
as a
retire.
Packer this year.
I mean, but that's a lot of people
Well,
who are
that's
old.
good for him.
Jamal Charles
Like-
did that.
Yeah, but I felt like he was like on top of his game in Green Bay, and then he just goes to Oakland. And it's like he's
Yeah.
a shell of his former
I remember-
Is he a
self.
teacher now?
I have no idea. I could see Jordy Nelson being the type of guy who's just a teacher. He
I
looks
feel like he
I
is
could
a
see
teacher.
that.
He looks like a good dude.
Yeah.
I could trust him in the history class.
Right.
You know what I
I
mean?
definitely agree on that. And I remember last year I picked him up like the 5th or 6th round. I picked him up pretty late in the draft. You know, just thinking that he'd be a good like sleeper wide receiver. He did not put out. He was putting up like 4 points a game. Just absolutely disappointing me. Showing why he went to the Raiders.
Yep, he went to a shittier franchise.
Well, I mean, let's move on. I guess we'll just move on. I guess.
You see what Kobe said about Shaq last week?
No, I did not. I did not see what Kobe said about Shaq.
What did he
Kobe
say?
apparently in an interview, Kobe said if Shaq's, I believe he said something around if Shaq's fat ass was in shape, they would have won 12 championships together.
They would have won an effing They would have won effing 12 championships.
So
Where did he say this at?
It was
Some
like
Just an interview?
Yeah, it was like I don't know. It seemed like an interview for like a TV show. It was something very, very big. Like I'm sure he got paid a check just to be there. Like
Probably, yeah.
I mean, I bet it's pretty hard to be super agile at 7'9". You know, like you can't be breaking
300
ankles at 7'9".
pounds.
He's breaking backboards, not ankles. Like
yeah.
you can't expect Shaq to be freaking
I
an
understand.
absolute
He was a solid
monster.
center. He was
And
a
he
solid
was
center.
really
He
good
was
as a
the
center.
best,
Yeah.
but I kind of understand where he's coming from. Like after they started winning those titles, there was like Shaq wasn't in the gym. Like I think Shaq even said himself, like, "I'm not in the gym because I know Kobe's in the gym." so he just kind of like he doesn't care, you know. He
Right.
said he probably should have cut down on the amount of drinks he took, and he probably should have worked out a little bit.
Well,
more,
they-
See,
there's
if
a lot
that's
of
the
tension
case,
between
that's
them
more
too, with them
understandable.
both on the Lakers.
oh, definitely. You know,
I always hear about the tension between them, the
And-
egos.
I didn't know
between
that.
the
and
two.
kind of how like Shaq has a statue.
Yeah.
They went
Really?
Yes, he has a statue in the
Oh,
Lakers.
shit.
Does
facility.
Kobe?
He does not.
Really?
No
that's-
way.
Kobe should.
Kobe
So-
definitely
so
should.
that- I
For
agree.
real.
So I think that's why a lot of the tension's still kind of there.
Oh my
Kobe's probably
gosh.
still a little salty at Shaq. You know, like Shaq wasn't working as hard as me. He wasn't doing all this. But
And he gets
still
a
got
statue?
It's probably because
What?
Shaq's so animated. You just love
Yeah.
Shaq. Everybody loves Shaq.
Yeah.
Everybody
Talking about
loves
Kobe,
Shaq.
apparently he was with Jordan in a game in '99 or whatever, when Jordan was playing for the Wizards. And Jordan went over to him and whispered in his ear, "You can wear the shoes, but you can't fill them." And so the next time they played, Kobe came out on Jordan's Wizards and dropped 55 points on him.
Oh my
Oh,
And
God.
just made him
man.
look terrible. I mean, it was a funny story.
You can wear the shoes,
But you can't fill
Oh my gosh.
Holy moly.
Kind of rude.
Yeah,
Kind of rude.
Shit talking back then was crazy.
Basketball back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually like
another
a good
level.
sport to watch, you know. I mean, there wasn't as much just like insane scoring, insane shots, but it was like more.
Actual
they had to work
Yeah,
for
there
it.
was-
They
there was
really had to
beef,
work
like,
for it.
there was
It just
beef,
looked like
total-
so much effort.
Well,
In the NBA today, everybody's like walking,
Right,
shoot
and
up.
There's no defense.
Shoot it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bad boy Detroit Pistons. Who were just
Oh, yeah.
They were,
That
there
was
were some mean
mean
dudes. Yeah, they'd be
dudes.
throwing bows. They
Isn't
wouldn't
that
be
the one where
afraid
they
to stick
started
up
getting in
all
a fight with like the crowd? Like they jumped up
Yeah.
in the stands and started
Yeah.
punching this one dude who like talked shit or something?
Yes.
That was like,
They're mean.
yeah.
And those are pro athletes just going and beating up fucking fans. Like what in the world?
That happened like
They're
2000.
grown, tall,
Tall,
athletes, like
Huge.
basketball
I think
players.
that happened in like the
Basketball
early
players.
2000s. The same, like the Pistons organization, but it was like a different team. The Malice in the Palace is where they got in the crowd with
Malice
the fans.
Malice in the
Started
Palace.
fighting with the
Malice
players
in
and
the
people in the
Palace.
stands.
That 30 for 30 is really good. The Bad Boys 30 for 30 is
Oh, yeah.
really good. I loved that series. I mean, Australia beats U.S. Olympic basketball team. That's pretty sad.
It is
That's
sad. I mean,
pathetic. That's more than
When
sad.
you-
That's
I mean,
pathetic.
You have more input on
well,
this guy.
well,
so.
that was the first. That was like the first loss for the U.S. Olympic men's team in like 83 games in the Olympics.
And it was to the Aussies in the Outback.
It was to Australia. I think Paddy Mills, he plays for the Spurs. He's like the starting point guard for the Spurs or something, but he played for his Australia team. That's his home country. He dropped like 30-something points on him. I mean, it's because these star players in the NBA, there's no incentives for them to go play for the Olympic team, right?
Right.
And they don't want to risk injury, so they just don't do it. So you got guys like Kemba Walker as your stars, or Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Chris
just,
Middleton, Harrison Barnes,
yeah.
Dang.
Brooke Lopez.
Really?
Those are your starters.
And
That
back
sucks.
Back in 2008, when you had the Dream Team, you had LeBron, Kobe, Kevin Durant. You had all these great players, and they were just dominating teams.
So they're just done? Were they just weren't offered, or like I'm
no,
confused?
You choose whether or not you want to play in it.
Oh,
like,
really?
There's tryouts, but you choose to try out or not.
I bet they're just like, nah.
They didn't want to risk
I ain't
it.
They
feeling
don't
it.
want
Right.
Yeah, there's no money involved in it, so they
I mean,
why
you get a
would
little
they do it?
stipend check or something, but it's nothing big.
Right.
They'd rather just train and stay healthy for the
Yeah.
actual.
They'll give you the
season.
flight out there, maybe a
Yeah.
restaurant gift card,
Yeah, you're getting.
Maybe you
you're
can
getting-
bring back a pet kangaroo.
a 3-star hotel on the first floor.
Yeah, Steph Curry getting paid what, 5-year, $200 million contract. He's not
Yeah.
gonna go play in the.
If I
Olympics
was,
or something.
if I was getting paid that much and I had that much power,
Well,
I
and you have
wouldn't
that
play
much
in
to
the USA.
lose if you go to the
Right,
Olympics and
exactly.
hurt yourself. You have
There's
that
so much to
lose.
Or
lose,
risk
yeah.
hurting yourself.
Just
Yeah.
True,
something
yeah.
so stupid and so meaningless.
That's why I'm not a fan of the Pro Bowl. Like, it's not even that fun to watch. I think it's fun to watch the activities, like the dodgeball and like the quarterback challenge. But like, if somebody gets hurt in the Pro Bowl, it's kind of like a downer.
Well, yeah, the Pro Bowl's not even entertaining. I don't. I've
Never
watched the
found
Pro
it
Bowl.
entertaining really either.
Maybe I maybe watched 5 minutes of the Pro Bowl and I was like, what am I doing?
I just watch the highlights because the highlights are fun
Yeah,
sometimes.
I definitely agree with you on like the fact that like the dodgeball, like the kind of little obstacle
Yeah,
course.
That's
that the teams
that's
do.
fun to watch.
Yeah.
I
The
really
skills
enjoy
challenge,
that. Yeah, I like all of that.
Like
stuff.
NBA All-Star Weekend, I'll watch the 3-point contest. And
But not
the
the
game.
skills challenge, but the game
Right.
is just like.
I'm kinda
it's gonna be
glad
like
they-
200 to like 20.
Yeah.
I'm glad they kind of like inherited the way that the NBA does like their All-Star stuff. You know, like their version of Pro Bowl. You know,
Mhm.
How
Where
they
they-
just added
It's
games
fun to
in, you know?
watch.
Yeah, it makes
I
it
like-
more fun.
I like how they now have the top 2 voters get to draft their own teams or whatever. Like you
Yeah.
have a pool of starters that you draft from and a pool of reserves that you draft from.
Right.
It makes it a little bit more interesting because before that it was just the West dominating the East.
Right.
Mhm.
Because the West
Yeah.
is just so dominant. I mean,
Yeah.
It really is. It's OP because of the
Now
Golden
you
State Warriors.
now you have
But
KD
now they're
leading
done.
into the Nets Nation.
Nets
right?
Nation.
Him and
Nets
Kyrie.
Nation. And then Russ is going to the Rockets. Fuck him.
That will be interesting to see.
Wait,
because now
Russ is
you
going
have-
to the Rockets
Russ is going to
Yeah,
the
he's-
with
Rockets.
James Harden.
Yeah.
So
Back
OKC is
together?
poop.
Now
What
be
about
interesting.
KD?
They got Chris Paul.
Chris Paul.
What about
Chris,
KD?
Chris
Yeah,
Paul.
Chris Paul's in the down.
He's gonna
the
carry.
down
Is
spiral
KD
of
going to go to the
screwed.
Rockets?
KD's not going to the
He's
Rockets. He just
staying
got
with the
signed.
KD's
to the
with the
Nets.
Nets, man.
Here's the thing.
But the Rockets are going to have a really good team.
They could have a really good team.
Sounds like it.
Or a ball hog team.
Clash.
Yeah.
And you just have arguments. Which, I mean, Chris Paul and James Harden's egos were even clashing.
Right.
So now you put Russell Westbrook.
You put Russell Westbrook in the mix.
You got to figure out how to, like, just stay out of each other's way.
Yeah, I don't see. I think it could work a little bit better just because of the fact that James Harden and Russell Westbrook have played together before. They, like, all the videos that I've seen on social media, they do seem to, like, be pretty cool around each other. You know, yeah, like they're friends. Like they're actually friends in real life outside of basketball. So it could work out a little bit better. But I guess when it comes down to the game time, though, and you're in game in the heat of the moment, both of them are going to be wanting the ball, you know.
And the thing that's different about that is now, like when they were together on the Thunder, you had KD was your superstar, right? And then you had Russ, who was an all-star,
really good,
close to superstar. And you had James Harden as a complimentary shooting guard. You know,
definitely a good sixth man.
But now you have James Harden, top 5 player to some people.
Right.
And now you have Russell Westbrook.
MVP contending player.
Yeah.
The
his
egos.
Grew,
yeah.
And you didn't have that on the Thunder with Russell Westbrook.
He's the man in
Houston.
Houston.
Ego, and he was just a complimentary player.
Yeah, they're going to have to
communicate
during that. I don't know how it's going to go.
They also gave Eric Gordon got a huge contract, like 4-year, $56 million. Remember I told you that?
Yeah.
Eric Gordon?
Yeah.
He got a pretty big contract.
Really?
Shooting. That's all that dude does is shoot.
They put him in. Get on the 3-point line, please.
Yeah. Just stand right there.
Stand right there. Get in that corner, but get in that corner over there, and we'll just pass it to you.
Yeah. Just kind of like camouflage yourself. Just kind of like lay on the ground. Just hide yourself.
Honestly.
So talking about basketball, what's up with this LeBron James and trying to trademark the term Taco Tuesday?
We just learned this today.
Yeah, I haven't really heard.
Apparently, LeBron James is trademarking Taco Tuesday. One of his companies is. I mean, why do you need to trademark Taco Tuesday? We're in America. We need tacos on Tuesday.
It's a great phrase.
$1 taco.
Everybody loves to yell, "It's Taco Tuesday." You can't be the only one. You can't just trademark it.
I feel like Taco Tuesday has been around way longer than he's been saying it. He can't just trademark a saying that's been every Tuesday since Jesus Christ has been eating tacos.
I know. It kind of makes me mad because we're college students. We need tacos. Taco Tuesday's the day.
Oh yeah,
that's when we get it for a buck.
Guadalajara, anywhere around town.
It's like a culture around here. Like every Tuesday, you go to a Mexican restaurant and you get tacos.
It's definitely an option, obviously.
I'm upset. I know of so many people who just dedicate their Tuesday evening to going and getting tacos.
This is a joke.
I just learned this. I just read this article and LeBron James is actually competing with Taco John's, a company out of restaurant chain out of Wyoming.
What about Taco Charlton?
Taco Tuesday. Is he trying to trademark
Taco Charlton?
No.
Who are they?
Taco Charlton
is
a defensive
end for the Cowboys. Of course he had to put. What was it again? Taco
John's in a restaurant chain in Wyoming is who he's competing with.
So Taco John's like Papa John's?
Yes, but tacos.
Tacos.
Papa John's made Taco John's?
It's like a Hispanic Papa John.
Yeah. So why is he doing? Why
is
it LeBron?
A chain restaurant?
Is he just doing it to do it?
Have you seen his videos where he just yells, "It's Taco Tuesday"?
That is true.
Yeah.
But LeBron James yells a lot of shit on his videos. So like I don't really.
He doesn't trademark every single thing he yells.
I just hear him like bumping music.
Yeah.
Or like in the gym. I'm in the gym.
Yeah. Every song that he plays, he just blows that artist up.
Really, he blew T Grizzly up.
He blew
off of what was the song? It was his biggest song, obviously.
It was
First Day Out.
First Day Out was it?
That song was good.
It was.
I think it
was it First Day Out. I'm pretty sure it was First Day Out.
It was the song that goes boom 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 boom. Hit the Rolling Stone with the Rolling Stone.
That's First Day Out.
I also know he was playing a song by Lil Durk.
He played a song by Uzi too.
But he played a
Lil Durk song. I haven't really listened to Lil Durk that much, so I don't know if he's that good.
Lil Durk's actually pretty good.
Really?
You know, I haven't seen him play Michael Bublé, and that's just where he's going wrong.
And
he'll play Michael Bublé in the holiday season.
He'll play Michael Bublé when he's 80.
I play Michael Bublé 24/7 anytime I can.
Because for some reason you think it's Christmas in the middle of summer.
Yeah, weirdo.
No, because he's a terrific artist. He's one of the top artists in the world.
It's
today,
August.
So.
It's September.
Yeah.
It's not even.
It's
not even Halloween.
Look outside.
Yes, I like Michael Bublé, just not year round.
I've heard his voice. I actually took time because you were so dedicated. Man.
So adamant.
I took time to listen to his album, and every single song from his new 2019 album, which was not released in Christmas time, sounds just like Christmas.
But you didn't listen to La Vie en Rouge, where he starts singing in French.
Oh,
and it's just beautiful.
Shukshy.
The language of love.
Yeah.
He just has a very like Frank Sinatra. I just think of Christmas because his Christmas album is really good.
When I think of Michael Bublé, I just think of Christmas.
And I'll listen to him during Christmas, but it is September.
Christmas
I
lights.
just listened to him yesterday.
Of course you did. What else did you listen to yesterday? Mr. Classic?
Money in the grave.
Money in
the grave.
Money in the grave.
Some Drake, boy.
Drake and Michael Bublé, my go-tos.
That's your go-tos.
Yeah, they're very diverse. You go from
Who?
Michael Bublé to this
I can
Drake.
go from classical to Money in the Grave. I'm chilling.
Who's the best artist this year? Who dropped an album? I personally, St. John, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I think St. John had one of the
great
best
album.
That album
albums.
was very, very good.
Top to bottom. I was waiting for him to drop something new too.
Honestly, he dropped 2 singles, and I was like waiting for it, and it was just him in concert singing him. Such a good performance.
That was the first time I.
Taylor Swift did release an album, and it is actually pretty fucking good.
Is it?
It is.
I haven't listened to
it. I
it.
hated her last album.
Really?
I hated it because she's like, I'm a bad girl. I hate everything. I'm going to wear black. But in this one, she's like going back to her like 1989 ways. 1989 was her best album with Wildest Dreams, Blank Space, and Style. Oh my God. And this album actually sounds good. This album, I would go check that out. It's a good album.
There was that, I know Tyler, the Creator, also released Igor.
Yeah, was that 2018?
Yeah,
that was this year.
I was
Oh my
never
gosh.
really. I like the song Earthquake, but I mean, I'm not really too big of a fan of that type of music. But I know a lot of people.
Oh yeah,
there's like 3
a lot of
bangers
people
in
love
my
it.
opinion.
I mean, his album sold more than DJ Khaled, and DJ Khaled threw a fit.
DJ Khaled,
he threw a fit.
I remember hearing about that.
Because Igor didn't pay a cent to make his album. He produced all his own music, right? And then DJ Khaled just giving people millions of dollars to come perform on these tracks. And he's just not spitting out the kind of music he did 4 or 5 years ago.
I feel like a sleeper album was definitely Schoolboy Q's.
Schoolboy Q's Crash
That
Song.
was a good album.
Great album. I loved it.
I could just play straight through it, you know, and just like all the songs. Just
straight through top to bottom. Loving every song.
Of course you have.
I've heard Earthquake.
Earthquake.
Yeah, I like that song.
Isn't that the one with Playboy Cardi?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I do not like Playboy Cardi. I don't understand the hype around him.
I just
I
like
think it
him
was
when he's
just
with
for the
Uzi.
memes.
I think it was just for the memes.
So there's not like some cult following of Playboy Cardi.
There probably is.
I feel like a lot of women just fuck with him because he's some tall,
Isn't he some like
male.
beautiful male?
Yeah, he's just some tall, handsome rapper male, you know.
Right.
So he's like a modern day rock star, I guess, so to say.
I like him when he's with Uzi. He sounds good when he's with Uzi. That's about it.
His 2016 album.
Yeah, Mongolia.
Yeah, Mongolia. I feel like that song was very, very good, and so was I Woke Up Like This.
I Woke Up Like This. Yeah.
I feel like that album was very, very
was a good
good
album.
But from then on,
it's just like Playboy Cardi's not my style either.
Right, yeah.
What I'm pissed about, though, where the fuck's Uzi's album at?
Yeah.
Because Uzi is my favorite rapper ever.
That's the real question.
Where is he at? He's holding out.
He's retired. Right?
He's holding out.
As far
He's
as
holding
like,
out.
I thought
his
like
contracts-
Rock Nation was doing something with him.
Yeah, as far as like him being under contract to release the album, I don't know exactly like how as that goes, but I do know that he should be able to release Eternal Take. Like I'm pretty sure he got away from that label months ago to where he could have been able to release that album.
Is he just trying to build the hype up? Probably.
See,
that's probably what it is.
I don't
it's
know
like,
if he's just scared that that's the only thing that's keeping him relevant. You know what I mean? Like I'm not sitting
could
here.
be it.
That's true.
I'm not sitting here underestimating his music at all. Like,
he did have 1 billion streams last year, and he only released New Paddock.
Right.
I read that, and I was like, what? But
Wait,
again, it could be
really?
he only released 1 song. He had over a billion
streams.
That's insane.
Holy
just on Spotify.
crap.
Just on
That's
Spotify.
clout.
On Spotify alone, that's clout.
It's clout.
All right.
All right.
How much does Michael
Alright.
Bublé have? Your daily listens?
about-
100,000 until holiday season?
I think he had about
A
Let's look it up. Let's look it up. He's gonna pull some bullshit number.
Fact check.
500 million, bro.
He gets maybe $1 million during the holiday season, and that's it.
I think Ed Sheeran's like the
Except for
number
you.
one artist in the world on Spotify.
Honestly,
Is what
I am
I saw.
actually surprised.
Pretty
Just because he's so
crazy.
global.
Michael Bublé actually has 7,723,473.
I bet
Yeah,
at least
that's
2
not
million,
bad.
2 million
People-
of those to Sky and throughout the summer.
He's ranked 458 in the world.
But he's also
That's not
retired.
bad.
He's also
That's pretty
retired.
good.
He is very retired. He's
No,
retired.
yeah,
He's
that is
retired but
not
dropped an
bad
album
at all.
last year?
I was honestly expecting like maybe 2 million monthly
Really?
listeners. I wasn't expecting
that's where you're
anything.
wrong.
Was it
He's
7?
huge.
Like 8?
Yeah, it was almost 8.
Wow.
Okay, I guess in Kansas, the summertime is different than summertime in Europe, where it's always snowing. So they're always thinking about Christmas.
They're always
So
they're
put that
always
Michael
listening
Bublé
to
on.
Michael Bublé.
I wonder if it's just like a
This guy's a
different country.
Frenchman.
I bet it is like a European country that just really, really likes
Likes
Michael
him.
Bublé.
Yeah, definitely.
That's how 30 Seconds
Right.
to Mars is. I
Right,
mean,
or England, right? England's a big fan of Michael Bublé.
yeah. They are. They are a big fan of Michael Bublé.
Everybody's a big fan of Michael Bublé, honestly.
Yeah,
He's top.
it just
In Christmas.
He's top
on
two
whenever
artists. He's top
the
2 and he's not
seasons
2,
come.
so he must be 1 as far as artists.
What?
I'd easily say Michael Jackson's over him,
Yeah,
easily.
I would too.
and that's just one of them. You know,
What, Smooth Criminal? It's a good song.
I'd say every album
Every-
he released.
Unforgettable.
He was-
Lavion Ruse. I'm just gonna start naming off Michael.
He just
Bublé.
knows the albums.
He was literally a
Michael Jackson
He was
is
a rock
86
star.
in the world on Spotify.
rock star at like
And
the
that
age
dude's
of 6.
dead.
He died in what, 05
Maybe.
or 07?
No,
Or
it was,
2010?
yeah,
There
it
are
was
theories
like
10.
There are
2010.
theories that
10,
he's
yeah.
still alive. Cuba, maybe.
But
Cuba.
I wonder.
Cuba.
I wonder though.
You
if
talking
he
about the
does
Tupac
pass-
Biggie?
Castro?
Like, what is he talking about?
Michael
Why'd you say
Jackson.
Cuba?
Michael Jackson's
Michael
dead.
I see, that's the thing,
You
though.
think
I
he's
do-
hiding in Cuba?
Yeah.
I do. I do wonder though if that's why Michael Jackson has so many monthly listeners now. Is just because of the fact that he's passed.
Yeah.
I think
that,
so.
That could also be.
That happened
a
to Lil
reason.
Peep.
Yeah.
Lil Peep.
It happened to
X.
X.
I heard.
know Lil
I
Peep
heard about
died.
Lil Peep a
Which
little
I
bit. I listened to a few of
little
his
bit,
songs,
yeah.
you know.
Nipsey
But then
Hussle.
Once he passed away, I
Started diving in.
Yeah. See, like I heard the name Nipsey Hussle, and like I knew he's featured in
Yeah.
a couple of songs, but
I didn't
never
listen
really,
to him
yeah,
heavy
I had
before
no
he
idea like
passed.
about his grind and what he was actually
Yeah.
doing for
Me
his
either.
community
I
until
didn't
he
hear
passed
about him.
away.
He's
you know?
actually a good, like, a really good dude.
Yeah, he just all around he cared about his community.
He bossed
Like he
up.
bought a hood.
Yeah.
He bought his hood out so
That's
then he
awesome.
could make it and then renovate it to where they'd have better living.
That's really
Right.
nice.
That's
That's a good thing to do.
right.
Russell
yeah.
Westbrook made an Instagram post about him.
Yeah.
That's how I knew him.
Russell Westbrook is his own character, is what I'm trying
He was
to.
dancing on the sideline with Nipsey Hussle.
I know. It's a love-hate relationship right now. It's kind of like when KD left, and
Yeah.
KD is an animal. KD's the best player in the world.
K-
Okay, now he has a torn Achilles. Not really right.
Speaking about the Nets, do you think they will pick up Carmelo Anthony?
I don't want them to.
I don't know if I want him to. Like,
But with KD, I saw a post on Twitter. KD and
Yeah,
Kyrie, they were both
won
they
him.
both
They
won
won
him. And the only reason I seen that being is because Kevin Durant's injured this year. You know.
so they're like, okay, we remember what Carmelo Anthony was like in like the 2000s, early
Right.
2010s. Maybe he gets back to that point, but he hasn't looked anywhere close to it recently. I mean, the
I
last
feel
few
like
years-
I feel like they should sign him just because of the simple fact that KD's out. And I don't think Carmelo Anthony deserves to go through 5 teams in 3 years. Like, Carmelo Anthony's a better player than deserve to just go out.
But how old is he?
See, he's the same draft year as LeBron, so he's up there.
He's up.
Wait,
right there.
I think I saw a video on Instagram of him doing like a step move or whatever, and he didn't even know it was a travel. But like he picked up his pivot foot, and he's
I
like,
saw
"That's a
that
travel."
video. I saw that video. I was like, "That's a travel," and he's like, "No, it's not."
No, it's not.
And then like he
That's not
asked
a
the guy,
travel.
he asked the guy
No,
to
it's
verify
not.
it, and the guy was like, "That's a travel."
That's a travel.
No, it ain't.
That sounds like
I feel
something.
like
Carmelo.
if that's the case, he might be losing his marbles. Maybe he deserves to be on 7 different teams in 2 years.
Yeah.
They're just
Well,
throwing him around
if I'm
until
the-
he gets
if
it
I'm-
right.
What I see in that
Collecting
team is
checks.
they're just hoping. They're just the 1 in, let's say 1 in 100 chance. They're hoping that it's the one chance that Carmelo just goes off, and I don't think it's gonna happen. I think it'd be a waste of money in my opinion.
I think so too. I agree, but who's going to be the sleeper team in the NBA this year? The Phoenix Suns.
Okay, yeah.
Devin Booker's an animal,
Devin Booker's terrific.
You just put a double team on him.
Devin Booker won me.
Just put a double team on him.
$7.20 in FanDuel last season.
Y'all see that video of Devin Booker whenever you're just playing pickup ball?
Yeah,
they were
KD tweeted that, right?
He said, "You don't double team and pickup or something."
I agree with that. You don't double team in the gym, trying to get better.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
It's like I agree
he
too.
Was like, let me work my stuff. Like, let me work my shit. But
I'd be upset too. I
would
was sitting
be
here
too.
in the gym trying to train. They're playing like it's during season.
They're
playing
balls
to
to the wall.
And the thing was,
Defense.
all of them were just like, yeah, we are.
Yeah,
we're
double. We're double teaming.
It's Devin Booker.
Yeah,
Yeah, we are.
yeah, we are. Okay.
You're talking about a sleeper team.
I mean, I guess he should pat himself on the back. Like, he's so good, he gets double teamed in gym. So
yeah, that is.
that's
true.
a statement to his skill.
Yeah. I don't know really like sleeper teams.
The Celtics with Kemba. That could be interesting to see.
I think that's a terrible pickup.
Yeah, I don't know about Kemba Walker. I feel like he's a good player, but I don't think he was worth the money, and I feel like his name's bigger than what he plays.
Maybe he's a good fit because Kyrie was kind of like an fit. Because he's pretty too big.
He's gotten too many arguments in Boston. You know who? A lot of people say the Pelicans are going to be pretty good. I just don't see that.
I see it.
I don't see it. Lonzo.
I see Zion.
Lonzo's not good.
Lonzo's
The
decent.
Pelicans could be pretty darn.
They can
good,
be
dude.
dark.
Yeah.
They can be a dark
They're a
queen.
very, very young team.
Yeah.
They get Lonzo, Brandon Ingram,
B.I.
Zion.
Zion.
Who's
their center?
Is Zion not a
I
center?
don't even know who this.
They traded.
Is
Julian
Zion-
Randle.
no, Zion's not a
Randle
center.
signed with the
What?
Knicks.
Zion's not a center.
Zion's
Isn't he like a small forward?
Yeah, he's small. He's
They
like
also have,
7'5".
JJ Redick, Josh Hart.
I don't see him being very good.
Yeah, they might not. It might be a sleeper team.
They're gonna be like
They're like an in the process
They'll
team.
finish 11th.
Didn't Jimmy Butler go to the Heat?
Yeah,
Hmm.
he went to the Heat.
And Dwayne Wade retired.
Yeah.
Dwayne Wade did retire.
Jeez, I like Dwayne Wade.
I did too. I just thought he was gonna be one of those players that just kind of played forever.
And he went off last
Yeah.
season.
It's like, you just kind of grew up watching him play. He was a baller.
How are the
And he's just kind of been in the game ever since. So you just kind of figured you just play forever.
Mm-hmm.
how are the
Right.
Warriors
Tom Brady.
gonna look with D'Angelo Russell on the Warriors? That's interesting.
I think that's a good pickup.
It's a good pickup, but they're not gonna win the championship.
I feel like
Yeah, I doubt it.
Obviously.
Kevin
Clippers
Durant
are-
made the bad move.
Think I forgot about the Clippers.
Kawhi and Paul George.
Oh yeah,
and
the
Lou
Clippers.
Williams. The Clippers are winning the championship.
I don't know about winning the championship. Actually, yeah, this year they'll
Kawhi
probably win the
and Paul.
championship. Because there's no KD this year.
I mean, there's LeBron and AD, but I just think the
LeBron and AD will be a nasty
Yeah, LeBron and AD are
matchup.
superstars, but you also have that on the Clippers with Kawhi and Paul George, and I think the Clippers' complementary players are a lot better than the
Yeah.
Lakers.
See, now
complementary
if the
players.
Lakers still had DeMarcus Cousins and DeMarcus Cousins didn't threaten to shoot his girlfriend and tear his ACL and go in a downward spiral, I feel like they would have been pretty good. But
So he threatened to shoot his girlfriend.
he threatened to shoot his girlfriend.
Well, and I mean,
What's with that?
he's under a lot of mental pressure. I mean, he just
So he just pulls out a
Yeah,
gun
he
on
just
his
tore- he
wife
just
or
tore like
whatever.
no,
his
ex-girlfriend.
He never pulled.
No, he
like,
threatened.
He threatened.
He threatened.
He threatened to shoot his ex-wife,
I don't-
ex-girlfriend.
I would not fuck with
He
that
threatened to shoot
dude.
his ex-girlfriend because like he wanted his son to come
To go to his
it
wedding,
was-
his new
yes,
girlfriend's
it was-
wedding.
Yes, that's what it was. He wanted his wife was being a bitch and didn't let his own son go to his wedding. So I guess he got upset and did something drastically which he shouldn't have done. But
Right.
The wife should have just let him go to the wedding. Like
Yeah, at
Yeah.
the end of the day, the
at
son
the end
should
of
be
the
able
day,
to
It's
go
just
to
a
the
wedding,
that's
Like,
that-
that's his father's. That's one of his father's big days. Like, he's getting
Right.
married.
Yeah.
and
It's
like
just the ex-wife
it's
is
the
jealous.
Kid's stepmom, yeah. You
Yeah.
shouldn't let your jealousy get in the way of your kids.
I think it's the son's
No, not at all.
choice.
It should
Definitely.
be, yeah. It's most definitely should be the child's choice. Like now, if the kid doesn't want to go, I still feel like he probably
Should be
like,
obligated.
because
At least
I
obligated.
don't know
Yeah.
how old the kid is, but I'm sure he's not like old enough to be making too many decisions on his own. I'm sure he's probably like 6.
But I think it's pretty
Yeah.
obvious. I think we can all agree that you probably shouldn't threaten to shoot.
Yeah.
He has a right to be mad, but you don't threaten to shoot someone.
Gun violence is definitely not the key when you're an NBA star.
Definitely
Gun
not.
violence is never the key. I've shown in Chicago.
Their son's 7 years old. So
Okay.
I mean, I guess he could kind of be like, I don't want to go, but I guess kind of little kids say that to a lot of things that they're obligated to do, you know. So
They just want to stay
They
home
don't
and
think
play
about
with
the
their
memory.
Legos.
Yeah, they don't think about the event really. But
But yeah, he definitely should not threaten to kill her. I don't know if it was over like a phone call or something like that.
Yeah, allegedly it was like a recording of him saying.
So see, you shouldn't tell anyone you're gonna kill him, but don't be a complete idiot and put it all over social media, like a phone.
Yeah,
right.
Social media is a dangerous tool.
Once you say something on that, whether it's a text,
leaves a mark.
Yeah, it's just there forever.
Yeah.
So.
And DeMarcus Cousins is another one of those guys like Andrew Luck, where I just feel bad for the guy because this is what his third year tearing and his third muscle straight or something.
His injury is a calf. Was a calf again, or no?
I know he's torn his Achilles. I think his ACL was here.
Oh.
Wasn't it?
ACL for Andrew Luck?
For Andrew Luck?
No, it was DeMarcus Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins tore his ACL.
I thought you were talking about Andrew Luck. I swear I heard Andrew Luck in that.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I said like Andrew Luck.
Oh, like Andrew Luck.
Just very injury prone.
But isn't he? He's kind of old though. Isn't he old?
He's
really
2010, right?
Yeah, I think he's like. I don't think he's that old at all. I think he's like 8 seasons in, maybe 7 seasons, 8 seasons.
I think he played for the 2010 Kentucky team, didn't he?
He could have. You'd know better than I would.
Career. I need to look at his seasons.
Because I swear him and Anthony Davis were from the same.
I could definitely see that. Yeah.
Well, at the end of the day, the board man gets paid.
The board man. Board man gets paid.
Board man gets paid.
Bucket.
Beep, boop, beep, beep, beep. Bucket. Bucket.
Kawhi's going to be, I think he's going to go off again.
Yeah.
The
He's
shit
a robot.
he did
He's
at the
a robot.
Raptors was impressive.
He was terrific this last year. I'm not gonna take that away from him. He was great.
The shit he did.
If KD doesn't get injured, that's a different finals. Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's definitely it's definitely different. But I think greatness is just kind of something you expect out of Kawhi Leonard at this point. Like no matter what he's gonna do, he's gonna play both ends of the court very well and execute very well. I feel like he's one of the top players.
Yeah. Boogie,
robots don't get tired.
No, sir.
Boogie has been in the league for 9 years.
So about 2010.
2010.
Yeah.
So when he got drafted, I think. That's crazy. I didn't know he was that, I don't know, like middle-aged, but like not old.
I thought he seemed a little bit older than what
seemed
he
like
was.
15 seasons, I feel like.
Especially with all the injuries, too, you know? Like.
Okay, so... Yeah, in January 2018, he tore his left Achilles tendon with the Pelicans. And then in April of 2019...
Scoot up to your mic a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
In 2018, he tore his left Achilles tendon with the Pelicans. And then April of 2019, he tore his left quadricep with the Warriors. And then in August of 2019, he tore his ACL. So
Jesus,
that's
a ripper, dude.
A year and a half span where he's torn 3 different things.
Yeah, I could understand where you could just be kind of like mentally drained at that point. Like, not only are you just like fighting physically, you know, to get back, like it's a mental drain. You know, not being able to do something you're just so normally used to doing.
And you love doing it.
Right.
It's something he played his entire life to achieve.
And maybe that pushes him over the edge, and maybe threatens to shoot his girlfriend. But you just don't do that.
Another thing, we don't really understand the context of it. Like, surely, like, no matter what, if you say a sentence saying you're going to kill someone, like, obviously
it's going to come back to bite you in the ass.
Yeah, that should be taken seriously. But there could have been some context about it that we don't know.
Right, there's 2 sides
to the story. It's kind of scripted to where she seems more morally like a victim than... You know.
News today's crazy with that shit. They'll just script it the way they want it.
You can never really trust it, you know.
Yeah, never. You have to read between the lines.
Technology and everything.
Yeah, between the lines, and you have to read multiple sources.
Because people are biased in the
super
news
biased.
world. It's kind of scary.
Yeah. Definitely.
Fake news.
You can just
according to Donald Trump.
But you can just block anything out to make it sound like what you want to say.
Yeah.
With the exception of technology, like instead of reporting like an entire interview or whatever, they could block it out. Like just pick certain words. They could be 15 minutes
Straight
apart
up.
and
Cut
just
it up.
block them out, cut it up.
Video games, just like different missions on video games, just kind of showed, and like TV shows, it just kind of all showed like what they can actually do. Like if they could fake it in a TV show, then sure as hell they can do it in real life. You know?
Yeah.
Honestly.
So like, that's just crazy.
That's true. So, are the Royals a $1 billion franchise? Are they?
No. Not mine.
No.
Maybe
one.
years ago.
Maybe with
back
Bo.
when maybe back when they were popping, like when they won the World
Didn't they
Series.
win World Series like?
They won it in 2015.
Yeah, it was like 2015
Yeah.
when they won, and maybe then, like if they sold it right after that, it could have possibly gone for that, and like I'd be like, all right, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But looking at it now, their best players, Whit Merrifield.
He's pretty good, but
He's
not
all
like an
right.
all-star.
He's
I mean,
not.
he made the All-Star game.
He made the All-Star, but I don't think he's like some stupid like.
Yeah.
You look at him and you're just like, that dude's a baller, you know. Like you look at him and he's like, he's technically sound. He does everything he needs to do right, which is good to have. But he's not like that. I don't know, that eye candy, that superstar that you need on your team, you know.
Like
To
Mike
kinda-
Trout.
He
Mike
overperforms.
Right, like
They paid
Whit
Mike Trout a lot.
Whit Merrifield, yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah,
if
like
you
Mike
want to go watch the Angels play, like you know, like you could be go or not. It's the Angels.
It's the Angels.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the Angels.
If you want to go watch the Angels play, you know, like you definitely want to see Mike Trout. But like,
Oh yeah.
if I'm sitting there thinking like, oh man, I want to go to a Royals game because to see Whit Merrifield. Oh yeah, you know, like not being their best player.
That's why they're selling their tickets for like $5.
Right,
Yeah.
people are getting them for
I
basically
think I got
Free.
emails for free. You want
Yeah, and it's free, which is fun to just go and tour the stadium.
Right, yeah, at that
Yeah, I go
point,
for the
when
experience, not
it's
the
that
game,
cheap of a
like-
price, like it's
Yeah.
might as well.
Might
do
as
it.
well.
Go to
Dude,
the experience.
Have an
It's supposed-
afternoon free.
It's supposed to be a very profitable business. You know,
A
so-
$1 billion
Right, that's
franchise.
the problem.
Definitely
The
not.
current owner, David Glass, bought the franchise in 2000 for $96 million. That's all he bought it for.
Jeez.
So this guy's making quite
And
a
now
bunch
he's selling
of
it for
profit.
what, $1.2 billion or something.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
and they've won one World Series in that time. I just
Yeah.
don't see him as a $1 billion.
and they got rid of all their
$1 billion
good
franchise.
players.
Yeah, no. I don't see it either.
I mean, you've gone 19 years and won the World
All I
Series.
know
you
is-
you made two. You lost to Madison Bumgarner had your number the whole 2014 World Series and made you look foolish. And now you go to the 2015 World Series.
All I know
And they
is
win, but-
whoever owned the Royals until that point when they sold it, they made money moves.
Money
And
moves.
they made a very good investment.
Till they sold it this year.
Yes.
David
Oh.
Glass.
For him to buy it for like $96 million.
Isn't that pretty cheap for a MLB
That
franchise?
sounds pretty cheap. Like
I don't-
Yeah.
I
I
know it
feel like a
wasn't
lot of
2000,
players get
but-
bigger contracts than $96 million.
Yeah. Didn't Mike Trout get like a huge It was like in the
Oh, it was
90s,
giant.
wasn't
Yeah,
it?
was giant.
90 million contract?
It was big.
I thought it was. Or maybe it was higher.
I know a lot of people are getting a lot of money. Yeah, it was 10 years, $360 million.
Holy moly.
So he's making what, $36 million a year basically.
Yeah. I'm just playing the game of baseball.
Oh my
Just playing the
baseball.
game.
Yeah,
Baseball.
baseball. You know,
Don't you feel like that'd get
non-physical.
boring though?
I feel like it could.
The money's
But-
not.
The money's
that's for
nice.
sure.
You're getting that
The
nice
money's
check.
not.
I feel like
But
I feel like that check just kind of makes up for it. It's like, dude,
That's pretty-
You
yeah.
kind of like look over at like basketball and like the chance of injury in basketball, and you look over at football and how physical it is. And, you know, and
Yeah.
it's like these dudes aren't making nearly as much money as I am, and I just kind of stand around the field.
Well, yeah, we don't know what it's like, obviously, to be a professional
Hit
baseball player,
dingers.
but we go to games, and I go to Royals games not necessarily for the game, I go for the
atmosphere.
experience and the
Atmosphere.
Right.
Yeah.
Is what we all
'Cause
do.
it's amazing. The atmosphere.
There's just something about being in a baseball,
Baseball
stadium,
stadium.
you know, just the American dream.
The history. Like
Yeah,
you just
it's
feel
just-
it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's I don't know.
It's
The
just been
energy.
around.
Yes.
It's been like America's pastime. Have you ever had apple pie?
Get your beer, get your beer, get your beer. Love it. I just love that shit.
Yeah.
The atmosphere. of it.
All right, let's get into the shit now. We're going to analyze Week 1 NFL games, starting with Green Bay Packers and the Bears. Bears defense versus Aaron Rodgers.
Hot take. Aaron Rodgers comes out
Ooh.
hot. This tears apart the Bears defense. He tears apart the Bears defense. Hot take.
Hot take: Bears win.
Bears win.
Easy take, actually.
Bears.
The right take.
The Bears easily win the game week 1.
See, I think with Aaron Rodgers being back and healthy, and with Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones on my fantasy roster, dude, I feel like he'll just spread the Bears out too thin. I feel like the Packers are gonna
With
take
just
over.
Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones.
The Bears are gonna have a tough time, I think.
I don't think so.
To,
I mean, they don't get me wrong. Green Bay Packers have a really good offensive line.
Yeah.
They actually do.
Yeah, they put a lot of years into just building that.
Just like the Cowboys and just like
But
the Patriots.
Khalil Mack's big ass arms, I can't.
they're bigger than my thighs combined.
Yeah. Think about Khalil. Just think about the Bears' defense.
It's nasty. It's actually
Shut down
nasty.
D.
They have a
Shut
very
down D.
underrated defense. And the defense, I'm pretty sure last year had the most takeaways in the NFL.
They also have a very underperforming quarterback on offense.
I think Mitchell
Trubisky
is a good quarterback.
Yeah, I do too. I think he's a Matthew Stafford, Derek Carr, like in that range.
I really think he could progress into a very good quarterback.
And then they have David Montgomery at running back? That's the rookie running back.
Yeah, and Cohen.
Yeah. Cohen's pretty good.
Cohen's a good change of pace. Cohen's
quick. Sitting on my bench.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, your two other running backs are actually decent. So
Tony Pollard.
Okay,
Tony Pollard.
You're sitting Marlon Mack.
Yeah.
You've lost it. Andrew Luck is out.
I'm sitting. Good.
So guess who's gonna get the ball more?
Marlon
Mack.
I have a good team.
I agree
just
with
gonna
that.
go
I agree
to
with
I
that.
have a good team, so I have to sit out good players. I get it. Yes.
No, you're just sitting at the wrong players.
Okay, so
But yes, the Bears. I think the Bears win Week 1 with Aaron Rodgers ending frustrated.
I agree.
Do you want to give us?
I agree with Zach.
You wanna give
Caleb,
us,
what's your take?
I'm gonna go with the Packers because I got to. I literally have to.
His fantasy team.
Actually, I could go for the Bears. I got Mitchell Trubisky off waiver because Andrew Luck retired.
That's very true.
You could hope.
So either way.
You could just hope it's an offensive blowout.
An offensive blowout.
It's like 60 to 65.
But you do say the
it's an absolute
Packers.
Shootout. Yeah, I'll say the Packers.
Okay, Caleb says
I'm gonna
Packers.
go ahead and say
Sky says
Aaron Rodgers is
Packers.
gonna tear apart the Bears defense. I'm gonna go Packers. Packers 30, Bears
I need like
Bears 24.
I'm bad at scores.
Are we doing scores?
I don't know about scores.
I'm just gonna give you
man.
I'm just gonna give you my score. Like,
Okay. I don't know if I can do.
I feel like it'd be a lower to middle range score anyways. It'd definitely be over 10. Each team definitely gets over 10 points.
Mm.
But I feel like it's probably I feel like the Packers get 13 to 17, maybe 20 points.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Bears probably get around 27.
Mm.
Yeah, I agree. What's the next game? Do we have the next game up?
Rams and the Panthers.
The Rams and the Panthers.
Oh.
The Rams and the Panthers.
So Jared Goff against Cam
I
Newton.
find that pretty easy for me to choose.
Really?
I find it.
Do you
easy
think
for me
so?
to choose,
I think Cam Newton's very overrated only because of the fact that he's been getting hit with so many injuries that he's on the down spiral of his career. He's not the elite quarterback that he used to be.
Right.
There's going to be
He's
some
not
things that he
super healthy.
can't do as well.
Yeah, I guess I agree. I guess I'm gonna have to go with the Rams too on this
And
because
the Panthers' defense is all right, but it wasn't as stellar as it used to be back when the Panthers
Super
were
Bowl
on top,
50.
you know?
Yeah.
So and I feel like the Rams just a young gun defense, young gun
They
offense,
really are.
and they have a good coach. Ever since they moved to LA, they just been making moves. Like the LA
Well, and-
that last season they made moves,
And,
dude.
and I don't think they've lost any big pieces in terms of offense or.
Oh,
No.
not at
So
all.
Their
they're-
wide receivers are
basically
solid.
Basically, they're gonna come back just like they were last year
Right.
with the same team. Well,
A Super
it's
Bowl
gonna be interesting-
contending-
it's gonna be
contending
interesting to see how
team.
Todd Gurley comes back.
I say
Come on.
Comes back
Super Bowl
healthy.
I
likely.
feel like
Super Bowl.
Todd
likely.
Gurley's gonna come back good, but not the same.
Not the same 21 touchdowns.
Right? Yeah, like I remember.
Probably, yeah.
Todd Gurley used
Mhm.
to just walk in the end zone. He just. It just seemed like every offensive drive that the Rams had, he would just find the end zone. He'd be the guy that scored.
Yeah.
That just how
Yeah.
it was. They'd always get just to the right part of the red zone to where he could just run it in, just shove it down their throat. But now with his injuries, he's still going to be a good back.
He will be.
But
He will be.
Definitely.
as far as him being just the easiest, the best running back, there's no second guessing it.
Do you think Christian McCaffrey's going to outperform him?
There's gonna
I
be a
think he will.
good. There's gonna be a
Really?
And at least from
With
the
that D-line?
at least from the fantasy standpoint, Christian McCaffrey will be better than Todd Gurley.
It's going to be a good battle of running backs. Let's just say that.
It's going to be the battle of the backs.
Yeah.
Honestly. All right.
I think the Rams have a better defense than the
Panthers.
I agree.
I'll take the Rams as well.
Rams. Caleb's got Rams. I got Rams.
Wideouts are way better than the Panthers wideouts. I mean, you got Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, Brandon Cooks.
Panthers only have DJ Moore.
Yeah.
And he's okay.
And the Rams have solid D.
Sky, you going for Rams?
Of course.
And then Zach?
Rams.
Rams.
Landslide.
Let's go LA. All right, next game, please.
Next game is the Redskins and Eagles.
Redskins and Eagles. Ooh.
That's easy for me.
Really? I don't know.
I feel like the Eagles are loaded.
They are loaded.
They are loaded.
Yeah,
they are actually loaded.
Jordan Howard, who's a pretty good running back. But you also have Miles Sanders, who's there just if Jordan Howard doesn't show up.
They have Alshon Jeffrey.
Is Dwayne Haskins starting?
He's not. I feel like
okay, yep. Eagles then.
They're starting Case Keenum.
Eagles for sure.
No way.
They actually starting Case Keenum.
Trade Case Keenum to the Broncos and get Emmanuel Sanders or some shit.
Got Joe Flacco, bro.
Yeah. And
Joe Flacco's so shit.
Yeah, I don't know how he's still in the league at this point. Like, he somehow found a roster spot every year.
Just how? Just how?
Yeah.
A good backup, I guess.
Yeah,
The Redskins running back situation would be interesting too if Adrian Peterson guys.
Actually, Case Keenum did go off against the Vikings that one year.
Yeah, I don't see. The thing is, that's the thing with the Redskins. You never know. Like, Dwayne Haskins could have an explosive season. You know, like Case Keenum could struggle, and then Dwayne Haskins comes in, and for some reason things just clicked a lot better than they did in the preseason.
True.
And next thing they know, their running backs are going through. Like, Adrian Peterson's doing good, and then that new guy, he's just, for some reason, he's the new James Conner. He just
and I dropped him. So that's fun.
You
did? You picked him back up. Did you drop Kareem Hunt?
No.
He didn't?
I
You kept
also
Kareem
picked
Hunt?
up Golden Tate.
You did?
Yes.
I dropped Golden Tate for the Seattle Seahawks defense.
I just think the Eagles are going to have a
Golden Tate suspended 6 games, but
he might come back strong.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
both of them can just sit
Very
on my
likely
bench for both of them can just sit on my bench for 6 weeks.
I think the Eagles are going to have a very good team.
The
Very easy game.
I think they have a chance of winning the division.
Oh yeah. It all comes down to
Cowboys.
It all comes down to will Zeke hold out.
That's true.
If Zeke, when you look at the schedules though, the first half of the season, the Cowboys should have easy wins. They start off the season 3-0, and that's huge leverage towards the signing.
Who do they play the first 3 weeks?
The first week they play the Giants, and then they play the Redskins, and then they play the Dolphins.
That's
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Actually,
Dark horse.
The only reason the Dolphins could win that game is if Ryan Fitzmagic
comes in with a 500-yard game like last season.
He could do that.
He's been known to show up the first 3 weeks and then throw 6 picks the next week.
I hope that's against the Cowboys. 6 picks. I have him on defense. I have him on my fantasy defense. That'd be nice. 6 picks.
6 picks would be nice.
6 picks.
Mr. 6 man.
Going with the Eagles?
Easy Eagles.
Easy Eagles. Easy Eagles here.
Easy Eagles.
Easy Eagles.
All right, Eagles all the way around.
Philly. Here we come.
The Declaration of Independence.
The next game is
Hear ye, hear ye. Next game, please.
The Jets and the Bills. A real
nail biter here.
Real nail biter.
If the Bills would have I think the Bills should get Melvin Gordon. I think they should do it.
That would be a very good pickup.
I think that's his spot. He needs to go there. They don't have a good running back situation. He just needs to go there. And Josh Allen is just interesting.
I feel like they haven't known enough about him yet to kind of really make a decision on whether he's going to be something or if he's just, he's nothing.
It'll be interesting to see also how Le'Veon Bell comes out.
Very true. Your running back.
If they
That'd be
got
interesting.
him some player like Melvin Gordon, I feel like that'd really bring out the best in Josh Allen.
He just has another option,
right,
I guess.
Like someone else to lean on whenever he's falling, Like, I feel like with the Bills right now, they don't really have too many great players. Their best player is Cole Beasley.
They got Cole Beasley, and they got John Brown, too.
Oh,
Pitt State alumni John Brown.
They went for the little quick speedy one.
That's the thing, though. I feel like they're overpaying
Pitt State.
both of them.
What were we saying?
Pitt State.
I feel like they're overpaying for both of them. Both of them.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like John Brown's like a good number 3 wide receiver.
And he's good too.
He's a very good 3.
I feel like
he's an okay 2.
I feel like if you have John Brown as a 3, then you're doing
something right.
Yeah, your wide receivers are good.
He's just fast.
And as him and Cole Beasley to be like arguably your number 1 and number 2 wide receiver, and both of them are very.
Yeah,
you can see straight through them. Like I know what Cole Beasley's going to do. He's going to run up the field, right down the middle seam. I know what John Brown's going to do. So I feel like they need something in their offense.
They just need another key
variable.
part.
Yeah, just something to mix it up, something to keep the defense on their toes. You know?
And you haven't really gotten Josh Allen much help at the wide.
Exactly. So
yeah.
how can you truly evaluate Josh Allen as a franchise quarterback when you're not even giving him the players?
And now we look at the other side.
The Jets.
Sam Darnold.
I think
he didn't have a bad season, actually.
Sam Darnold, I think, will progress into a very good quarterback in the NFL.
The Jets O-line is just
poopy. Sleeper.
Jamison Crowder from the Redskins.
I dropped him.
That was a good move.
Good move.
Good.
But the Jets O-line is shitty.
Yeah, that's
Poopy
the problem. I feel like the Jets they put a lot of money into like the tools to get the stuff done, but they haven't stuck to like the basics, like their defensive line, their offensive line, like they're just core center. Like they don't. I feel like they don't have enough.
Yeah, their safety's really good. I heard their linebacker is fast and good. Their linebacker's
they have
always
good linebackers and good safeties.
Their 1D lineman is good, Wilkerson. That's about it. Is he still playing for them?
Muhammad Wilkerson.
Yeah, Muhammad Wilkerson. He's a vet.
He's just like that old reliable.
He's
just like he's gonna do his job. He'll get some pressures. He'll get
like a Vince
sacks.
Wilfork, big dude.
Right.
I think he's bald.
Is he bald?
Is Vince Wilfork? Vince Wilfork is bald.
I'm talking about Muhammad Wilkerson.
So he's like Vince Wilfork.
He is
bald.
Vince.
So it's like Vince. Yeah, they're like twins.
Egghead.
They're
Austin
long-lost
Eckler.
brothers.
They're long.
Eggheads.
Long-lost eggheads.
All right, so all around we're going for the Jets.
I'm going Jets.
Jets it is. Yeah. No discussion there. Next game, please.
This is interesting.
New York.
Good game. Falcons, Vikings.
There you go.
Falcons, Vikings.
Thank you. Falcons, Vikings. Who? Falcons.
Yeah, see,
Vikings have a good defense. I don't know. Will they be able to shut down Matt Ryan?
Devontae Freeman, I think, is going to show out.
Julio, Calvin Ridley. Devontae Freeman's going to show out, I think.
Matt Ryan's just a solid QB.
Austin Hooper.
But then on the other side, you have Adam Thielen, Stephon Diggs, Dalvin Cook.
True.
Good.
Kirk Cousins, I think, will swing it.
With a solid defense.
It's just, will he show out? Because Matt Ryan's reliable, right?
Oh, yeah.
He's reliable.
Great.
Kirk Cousins can be inconsistent sometimes.
You know what you're going to get out of Matt Ryan most every week.
Yeah, and you know what you're going to get out of Julio. You know what you're going to get out of a few of those players. But
the variable is the Vikings defense.
Same with the Vikings. You know what you're going to get out of Adam Thielen.
Right.
This is tough.
Stephon Diggs is kind of on and off.
We don't know what we're going to get out of Dalvin Cook, though, because he was injured last year.
Stephon Diggs and Calvin Ridley kind of match up pretty well.
Yeah.
I feel like
Adam Thielen, Julio
I feel
matchup.
like Adam Thielen.
I think Julio's better than Adam Thielen.
I think Julio is
one of the best
bigger,
wideouts.
he's stronger, he's faster. Everything leans towards Julio, but something about Adam Thielen, dude.
He always catches the ball. It's crazy.
Yeah, he just always catches.
He's that underdog.
He's the ball. He has
the best hands.
He has some magnets under his glove.
Him and Odell have the best hands in the league.
Just straight up.
Straight up.
So I feel like they match up pretty well. So
yeah,
like we were saying, it all comes down to Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins in that defense, who's going to come out.
It also depends on if Dalvin Cook shows out, because he was injured last year.
That is true.
That's very true.
Is he going to just come out stunting, or is he going to come out slow?
Yeah, that's the real question.
Depends their offensive scheme.
He could be. He could come out. Just balls ablazing. Just. He has something on his chest that he wants to say, but he can't say it, so he's just going to show it.
Comes out with something to prove, He's just
I
didn't get to play it all last year. I'm about to get 200 yards in one game.
Right.
I think it's going to be a barn burner, and I'm going to go with the Falcons.
I'm going with the Falcons as well. Is this tough for you?
I'm going to go with the Vikings.
Tough.
Caleb's going with the Vikings.
I'm going to have to go Falcons. I just think Matt Ryan and Julio Jones with Devontae Freeman, that's just too good.
But I think the Vikings have a defense to at least manage it.
The Vikings always has a good defense.
It is a tough pick.
So
but I'm gonna say Vikings just because I know their defense.
Week one, it's always
is
kind
better
of
than
hard.
Falcons D.
Week one, you
Week
don't
one's
really,
very
you don't really
hard.
have any
It's the toughest
evidence.
week.
You're just kind of
You
like
have nothing to analyze.
you're just kind of
It's
looking
all
off last
predictions.
year. You're just looking off mini camps.
Yeah, right.
All right, next, please. A very
Kind of
Caleb
a-
only went with the Vikings, so interesting.
We got kind of a bad game here. We got the Dolphins and the Ravens.
Oh,
That's not a bad game.
I feel like
It's not a game that I would want.
Obviously, I'm putting my money on the Ravens.
yeah, really.
Yeah,
But-
Ravens. Next.
But
Let's just talk about their starting quarterback relationship right now.
I think Dolphins are gonna win because
Really?
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
See,
The
that's-
defense
that's what
of the Ravens.
That's
though.
what I was about to say, though. Ryan Fitzpatrick.
He
That's
finds
what I
a
was
way.
saying.
He finds
you
a
never
way.
know about week one. Ryan Fitzpatrick could just come out.
He finds a way to
That's
thrive
very-
and thrill the crowd.
That's
And
actually
it's-
very true.
I feel like that's why he's found himself a job year in year out.
Because
for
they're
these
like,
past 5 seasons.
we could maybe go 3-0 with this day, starting in the first 3 weeks, get a good
Right.
start, and then we bench him because
And then we bench him after week
You
3.
take what you can get out of him, and you don't like once all of that juice is squeezed out of that packet, you don't squeeze anymore.
Yeah,
you
you don't-
just throw it away.
yeah.
You're just like, okay, I got what I wanted out of you. Now it's time to move on.
you want 4 touchdowns,
Yeah,
not
you
4
need
and
picks.
not 4 picks.
Josh Allen's not
Yeah.
a bad backup, I guess. But once Ryan Fitzpatrick fizzles out.
I was saying
Benches
Josh
ass.
Allen for the Bills.
What?
What?
Who's the Bills?
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. The
What are
Ravens
you talking
quarterback's
about?
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar
Yeah.
Jackson and Josh Allen. Oh shit! Who's the backup? Not Josh Allen. Josh Gordon, the
white-
Arizona quarterback.
Rosen?
Oh,
Rosen. Josh Rosen.
Okay,
Sorry,
see,
that's my
no,
bad.
you're
I
good.
didn't mean to say Josh Allen. Josh Rosen is not a bad backup.
No.
Yeah, he's not. He could turn into
He
something.
could.
He's terrible.
But he's terrible.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be nothing great though. Don't
And
quote
then
me
we've
on it.
got who are the Ravens wideouts? I mean, I know the Dolphins have like Albert
Who
Wilson.
are the Ravens
Albert Wilson and you got Albert Wilson and Kenny Stills. I guess went to the Texans, but you got Albert Wilson on the Dolphins side.
You're
as well.
rating whiteouts. You have Willie Snead,
Oh,
Chris
God.
Moore,
Oh,
Marquise
jeez.
Brown,
Bunch of
Miles
names.
Boykin, and Jaleel Scott.
The biggest name I heard right there is Willie Snead.
Willie
That's
Snead.
sad.
Yeah.
That's
That is
sad.
sad.
Yeah.
That is
He was
pretty
like a
sad.
3 for Houston, right?
Three
Or
for
2.
New Orleans.
Yeah.
For New Orleans.
For New Orleans.
That's right.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So what are your guys' pick on this game?
I am going with the Dolphins. Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Wow.
Fitzmagic.
That's just
I can't go against Fitzmagic
See,
the first
I
3
don't,
weeks.
I don't know. This could go either way for me.
the
I feel
edge
like-
is the defense, in my opinion.
I feel like the Ravens
Yeah.
are going to win this. I feel like Lamar Jackson's going to come out good. He's going to run the ball well. He's going to get a couple of rushing touchdowns.
So
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Ravens.
with the Ravens. too.
Ravens. I'm going with Ravens as well.
You're the oddball.
Baltimore, oddball out. Miami
That's-
man.
That's where you're making the
Miami
mistake.
man.
You never bet against Fitzmagic.
I think
the first-
I honestly think
He's gonna cast a spell.
I honestly think the week 1 of last year he didn't even play, but then I think he started week 2.
It's because Jameis Winston got
Yeah,
benched.
Jameis Winston.
Yeah, that's right. So week 1, Jameis Winston played bad, and then week 2 he came out and he just balled.
All right, our next
Something
game
clicked.
is Kansas City, Jacksonville, Chiefs, Jags. It'll be interesting to see Nick Foles.
Yeah,
I
look,
want to
he's
see
a
Nick
different
Foles
team.
sling it.
Yeah.
He's got D.D. Westbrook.
I'm
That's
actually going to go with the
number one
oddball here. I'm going with Jacksonville.
upset.
I'm actually going with the upset because of the defense.
The defense
I think of
Jags
dude,
D.
Jags defense, best corners. I think they have the best corners in the league.
Well, and you heard Jalen Ramsey call Tyreek Hill a return specialist, not really a wideout.
Yeah,
Called out Tyreek Hill.
I feel
saying-
like Tyreek Hill is gonna ball on him.
He will.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like Jalen Ramsey is.
All talk.
He was
He's good,
he
but-
was a talker when he could walk, but then whenever they were 3-5, he was in his interviews just being like,
He wasn't no talk.
I don't know.
Yeah, he wasn't talking.
yeah,
I don't know.
no,
Yeah.
I don't know. So I really think he just doesn't have that. He doesn't have that winner mentality because usually those winners, those true diamonds in the roughs are the ones that stay the same. No matter
Yeah.
what, whether they're
Yeah.
winning or losing, they're just always
It's
always the same with them.
it's
You
gonna
know
be a
what you're gonna get
clash.
out of them.
a
Right.
terrific offense against a great defense. We'll see.
I feel like.
What are you guys
Chiefs-
picking?
I'm gonna go with. I think the Chiefs' offense is too strong.
I feel like the Chiefs'
Chiefs.
offense is too strong. The Jags lack wide receivers.
Lack that offensive return. I
Yeah.
mean, they have Leonard Fournette, who's pretty
They
good.
have. That is true.
What's your pick, Caleb?
I don't know because like with Patty, he might have the Madden curse. He might just come out shit the bed, but he does have the winner mentality. So it is a tough one. If he comes out firing, I feel like the Chiefs' offense will be too much. But if he comes out stinky poo, then the Jags defense is just gonna poop all over him. Stinky poo. Honestly, I'm gonna have faith in Patty. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs.
So I'm the oddball out here with Jacksonville.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to play it safe. Like
you're playing it safe. I respect it. All right, next game.
We have the Titans and the Browns.
Browns, baby.
Wow, that's hard.
Browns, baby.
That's Browns.
Browns,
baby. Everybody's so excited to see the Browns play,
Yeah.
and I'm so glad we got the
Browns.
pass to see the Browns play.
Yeah.
Yes.
The NFL pass was a great investment.
Invest.
Huge investment.
$100, but it's terrific.
It's worth it, I think.
Any game you can go back and watch.
NFL, if you want to sponsor us.
Yeah, we're just
Sponsor us.
Anyway, back to the game. Baker Mayfield, it'll be interesting to see how he comes out. He looked great last year, I think, in the rookie season. Nick Chubb
didn't look too hot in the
great.
preseason, though, so.
Preseason's preseason.
Yeah, preseason.
Exactly.
Nobody really cares about the preseason.
He's
Yeah.
probably just fucking
Unless you're a
around.
Cowboys fan sitting next to me.
And you shut out the Texans.
Yeah. The Texans were Lamar Miller
Because,
towards ACL and-
that was disgusting.
Yeah, that's rough. But
But
I feel like the Cleveland Browns have a bunch of weight on their shoulder. Like there's so high expectations for them this year. I don't know if they necessarily have the chemistry yet
I think they're gonna
of like
crumble.
a winning team, but I see.
They
Here's the
could
thing.
show
They will
out.
not
They could
crumble.
show out, though.
I feel like for there'll be spurts. There will be a lot of ups and downs in the Cleveland Browns. I feel like there'll be wins, and I feel like
This
there'll
year
be a
for
lot of
sure.
losses.
Next
But-
year, they're probably going to get a bowl. They're going to get a ring. They're going to have the chemistry.
A bowl?
Hot take, hot take.
They're going to get that bowl.
They're going to get that bowl,
Are
yo.
we quoting you right here?
Yeah, we
Quote me.
Alright.
Quote me now.
Caleb
The quote-
Blanchett, the,
First episode,
Cleveland
Caleb
Browns
Blanchett.
are winning the Super Bowl.
Predicts the 2020 Super Bowl.
2020.
Browns.
2021 Super Bowl.
Oh, 2020.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2021.
2021.
You're right. You're right.
Where's the Super Bowl at this year?
I could look it up.
I think it's like
I think it's
Miami.
Yeah, I think it's down.
Isn't it Miami? It's either Tampa or Miami.
I'm pretty.
Shit,
Dude, I couldn't remember.
I don't remember.
This
Because
year-
last year it was such a boring Super Bowl.
This year,
Who was it?
It's
Rams
in Miami
and
this
the
year.
Patriots.
Yeah, that's
16
that's
to
what I
6.
thought.
Miami
Yeah.
this year. Hard Rock-
Miami.
Hard Rock
That's a
Stadium.
really good stadium.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Unless Hurricane, whatever.
Dorian?
Dorian
blows
did
it.
blow it
Blows
away.
it away.
That would suck, but.
Miami gets moved to New York.
All right, so what are our picks?
I think I'm
Browns.
gonna go with the Browns.
All Browns?
Yeah, only because they're going against the
We didn't
Titans.
really
Yeah.
talk about- we didn't really talk
It's
about
just
the
an
Titans,
inconsistent.
but-
It's an yeah, but Marcus
Marcus
I
Mariota.
feel like there's not much to talk about.
It really
Yeah,
isn't.
There's Derrick
Marcus
Henry
Mariota.
and Marcus Mariota.
Corey Davis.
That's-
He's all that wide out.
They got
I
Adam
don't think,
Humphries.
I don't think he's a good number one,
He's not.
No, yeah.
He's a good like 2 or 3.
but I feel like the Titans just aren't there. Their offensive line
Yeah,
isn't
they
there.
aren't
They're
there.
they're not a good franchise.
All right.
I don't think they have a good enough
Is it a-
defense to shut down.
Cleveland, here we come.
I
Is it
can't
a clean
remember the
sweep
last
for
time the
Cleveland?
Titans defense has been relevant.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time.
I just don't remember it.
I don't remember the Titans ever
Donovan,
being
didn't they have
good.
Donovan McNabb like that one year? The Titans.
I think they might have had him for like 1 year.
1 year.
Yeah, like 1
Yeah,
year.
they did.
They
Is
did.
it a clean sweep for the?
I think it's
Browns.
Clean
Cleveland
sweep
Browns.
Browns.
Browns,
We're all
baby.
going to Cleveland. Here we come.
Well, this next
Cleveland.
game would have been interesting if somebody didn't retire, but the Colts and the Chargers.
Easy.
It's easy for me now.
Well,
Easy
it's
for
still,
all of
it's
us,
still
I think.
interesting, though, because Melvin's holding out.
It-
Will
it-
Egghead perform?
Yeah, will Egghead show up? Will Egghead show up?
He'll show up.
But without
They'll
the
show
the
up.
head of the offense as a QB,
I've been saying
I
this
don't
for
think
a
the
while.
Colts will be able to perform.
T.Y. Hilton dedicated his season to Andrew Luck. He could go off this year. I mean,
He can't go
You
off
say
if
that,
the
but
QB
then
doesn't go off.
I look at Brissett and I'm just like pick
Yeah.
6. I just think pick 6 every
if
time.
you can, when you think about it, anytime somebody dedicates somebody to something to somebody, they go off.
See,
But-
when it's in their control.
It's,
Like,
yeah, it's got to be in their control.
if he was the quarterback,
I could
If
see
he was
that.
the
like if he was the
QB.
backup QB, and like Andrew Luck
The
said that,
season's for
then,
you,
like,
Luck.
Since he's in control, he has the ball in his hands every single play. He can control the game and how it's going to
Yeah.
go. So
Well, and what I'm saying last year is, or this year, he's been able to work with Jacoby Brissett over the summer, and get that connection and work during the preseason with him.
Kind of like an Alex Smith, Pat Mahomes
Yeah.
type deal.
hmm
But here's the thing. Look at the Chargers. Just look at them.
Yeah, the Chargers.
Egghead at the back.
Their defense is nasty, actually.
No.
If you look at their defense, it's nasty.
Their wide receivers are pretty good.
Their wide receivers are good.
Yeah,
Do they still have Antonio Gates? I feel like they still have that guy.
Hunter Henry.
Hunter Henry. He's really good.
He's just a wall, dude.
Did somebody pick him up on fantasy?
Yeah. He was one of the first picks.
Really?
He was one of like the first tight end picks because he's supposed to be really good this year.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
He just seems like a sleeper.
Up like second round.
No, somebody picked him up first round.
Mason picked him up
first round.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's a bad pickup.
Really? It's a good tight end pickup, but first round pick.
First round pick.
You have to go wide out or running back. That's what you do.
First round, first 2 rounds for sure.
He has a good, but you know what he did? He has 2 quarterbacks that have the same bye week.
Who?
Cam Newton, Baker Mayfield.
No way.
Yep.
So we didn't really look at his bye week.
Because I looked at week 7 because I face him week 7. I'm like, 2 of his quarterbacks have byes
so
the
you're
same
lucky.
week.
He can have Jimmy
So what
G.
you're telling me is
I'm
you're
lucky. I'm lucky.
I'll-
Easy dub for me.
I'll trade him.
I'll give him Mitchell
I'll trade him
Trubisky
Jimmy
after
Garoppolo.
Kyler Murray starts going off,
I'd
and
give
I
him
bench
Dak
Mitchell.
Prescott.
But are we all going? What are we?
We're all
talking
going
about?
Chargers.
All
Yeah,
Chargers.
I'm
Yeah,
guessing.
it's just what
Got
it
to.
is. They were a good team last
Oh yeah.
season. So, all right, next game.
Bengals.
In Seattle. Well, this
the
is
ginger.
the
ginger.
ginger
Andy Dalton.
Andy
Ginger
Dalton.
that plays for the Ginger team.
who just lost. Who just lost his number 1
That's been
wideout.
like a coincidence the entire
Tyler
time.
Boyd could step up.
He could, but like AJ Green was supposed to go off this year.
He was supposed to go off last year
He's supposed to go off
too,
every year.
Every year, honestly.
but he did.
The hype around AJ
Underperform, I
Green
think.
is just
It's dying
real.
now.
It's dying, but like it's all because of Andy Dalton. Like Andy Dalton,
That is true.
he's like a Matthew Stafford, like what we've been talking
Exactly.
about. You know, he's like
Just that middle
he's
range,
good
middle
enough
range.
to,
solid
he's good
kind
enough to
of.
keep a job, but he's not good enough to like rise above the ranks. You know, and just
Make a
perform.
playoff
Yeah.
run, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
I mean, you got Seattle with that amazing
Chris
defensive front.
Carson is gonna. Oh, okay. Yeah, the amazing D line. We just got Javion Clowney, Bobby Wagner. We signed. I'm very happy that we signed him back because he is really good. He's probably not 99
4
overall
players
good,
on
but he's
Madden.
good.
Bobby
Man,
Wagner is
overall.
definitely one of the best.
He is one of the
linebackers.
best linebackers in the league. He
One
is.
of the best
Yeah.
middle
But our
linebackers.
secondary's kind of
So,
right now. It's
I like Tyler Lockett at the wideout. I like that.
Yeah.
Tyler Lockett's
Tyler
great.
Lockett is good.
Tyler Lockett. He's gonna be,
Yeah.
and then DK. I want to see DK.
You're on the
I feel
hype.
like-
I
train
want
for
to see
DK.
I feel
DK
like-
show
see,
out.
I feel like DK is going to be a process.
He'll be
There's
a
gonna
process.
He'll be all right. Like he'll have certain spurts, you know, this year where he'll show like superstardom, but it won't take but a few years for him to possibly grow into it. Like when you look at the Cowboys, they have Michael Gallup, who's a similar player, just like he was supposed to have a huge year last year, and he kind of had like little spurts
okay
here.
year.
Yeah, he had like a good first rookie year,
Mhm.
but like nothing like crazy. You know, like everyone knows him because.
But
you know,
what's good is we have Chris Carson to rely on.
Right.
Chris Carson is a sleeper
Chris
back
Carson,
Yeah.
last
He,
year.
kinda
He was
came,
a
he
sleeper.
came into his own last year.
He did
Yeah,
because
And it's
he
going
was
to
a
be
split
interesting to see
back.
what he does this year.
I have a lot of faith in him.
'Cause
I
last year-
just have a lot of faith.
You should.
in the Seattle Seahawks in general. That's I think kind of why I picked Chris Carson up for fantasy
Yeah.
football.
And last year, he split time with a couple other
He
ones.
split time
Mike
with
Davis was one
Mike
of them.
Davis, McKissick apparently,
Procise.
and Procise, CJ
yeah.
Procise.
I
He
feel
split
like-
time with all those
I feel
guys.
like-
And Rashard Penny.
Right. Like, I
Jesus.
feel like now that they've just kind of tested out all his backs, I feel like he's kind of found his home. Like,
Mhm.
They're like,
Yeah.
all right, this dude's our number one.
We didn't
I
even-
think
we-
Rashard Penny's the backup. They might be splitting time
he
still.
is. We didn't talk about Joe Mixon.
Oh shit, we didn't talk about Joe
Yeah.
Mixon. He
He was
might be
in-
an impact.
I picked him up in fantasy 2 years ago, and I was depressed. I was in a deep depression. He was just like 2.4 yards a carry. He wasn't doing anything for me. I was getting maybe 6 points out of him. I was lucky. It was
I
terrible.
picked him up the year after, and I was sitting there.
We're sitting
happy.
pretty.
Yes, I
Sitting
did.
pretty
I
with
picked
those
him up,
points.
I picked him up like 7th round.
Yeah,
And I was jealous.
that's when he's kind of no
I saw his
naming.
numbers that year, and I was like, I just sat there shaking my
Son of a
head.
bitch. But yeah, I mean, I'm going Seattle just because I think their D line will stop Joe
Oh,
Mixon.
Seattle's gonna win.
I think
Yeah,
their
Seattle for sure.
linebackers and
Seattle
D line will
wins it.
stop Joe
Yeah.
Mixon.
It's easy.
All Seahawks. All Seahawks. I'm a Seattle fan, just so you guys know.
All
I
right.
really like Seahawks.
Next up, Battle of the Crimson and Gold, the 49ers and the Buccaneers.
Well, that's
another nail biter.
See, I feel
Jimmy
like
Garoppolo 6-0 in a 49ers uniform.
Is Jameis Winston starting?
Yes. So you already know that's not going to end well.
We know that.
I feel like Jimmy G has all the pressure in the world on him. He
Yeah.
went flawless, has a terrible injury. And then ever since, he's just been sitting here and listening to what everyone's been having to say about him, you know?
What we're saying about
Listening to the critics.
Yeah, just listening to people like us.
You gotta
just
drown
sitting
him
here
out.
talk on him, you know?
You got to drown him out.
That's the real question.
I
Can
think
he
Jimmy
drown
G's
us out?
gonna pull out, dude. I think George Kittle's a good tight end. I don't know if he's a
Yeah.
round
Marquise-
one,
I
round
feel like-
two
I feel like
pickup.
George Kittle's a very good tight end.
He showed up.
He's an up and comer.
Marquise
For
Goodwin's
sure.
a solid wideout.
Solid. The running back situation. Are they doing a split back?
They got Tevin Coleman and Matt Breida
Okay.
split back situation, which it's a good change of pace because Tevin Coleman's really a goal line rusher.
Mhm.
Matt Breida's a
Right.
quick little shifty.
Was he the backup for the Falcons, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And
he did pretty
played
good.
A lot
He
last
did
year
pretty
'cause
good.
Devontae Freeman got hurt.
Yeah.
And
So,
then
yeah.
the Buccaneers, you have Peyton Barber, who literally, I don't know how he's
Peyton
still
Barber.
on the team.
Yeah, I don't know who that guy is, if you want me to be
He's
quite
like,
frank.
He's
He's
like
even
like
worse than
he's
Joe
like
Mixon.
Rondé Barber's
Rondé
twin.
Tiki Barber.
Yeah.
They're
He's
morph
even
son.
worse. You just heard me talk about Joe Mixon 2 years ago. He's worse.
Peyton
Peyton
Barber's
Really?
Barber's
worse.
terrible.
I think I had him last year because he was projected to do good.
The only thing good about
And then
the
maybe
upside of the upside of the
5 points
Buccaneers,
a game.
Yeah.
Mike Evans and Chris Godwin are both very good wideouts.
Very good. The good
That's
fantasy
where
wideouts.
That's where they shine, the wideout.
But the
position.
quarterback.
But can Jameis Winston get him the
Yeah.
ball? That's the question.
Yeah.
I feel like he'll put the ball in the defense's hands more than he'll put the ball in their hands.
The
That's
49ers
right.
defense is
Probably
pretty
true.
good, too.
Fitzmagic
It's not
needs to
bad.
come back
They
to
just
the
got
Bucs.
D4'd, too.
At least for this first
Yeah,
3
yeah.
weeks.
49ers?
I'm going with 49ers.
49ers.
49ers. Niners,
Yeah,
Zach?
Niners.
Niners.
San Francisco.
I feel like I'm going flawless.
Stay
right
classy,
now.
San
I feel
Francisco.
like these week ones are pretty easy so far.
Giants, Cowboys.
Oh, you say it
Zach.
now.
That's
And this is
easy.
where we
Is
compromise.
it easy?
Stupid easy. It's so easy.
Let's hear it, Zach.
It looks easy, right? I mean,
It looks easy.
look at
Alright.
Eli
Let's
Manning.
hear it. Let's
Could
hear your
Eli Manning
piece.
always
You
pull out a
have-
Super Bowl performance.
All right, listen, dude. You have the Dallas Cowboys, who have top 5 ranked defense in the league this year, and then you have their
You guys
offense.
looking that up?
Look it up.
I am.
And then they have an offensive line who is the best in the NFL, and it has been for years. Maybe not last year because we did have Travis Fredericks out with injury, but now that we have him back, we have 3 all-pros who are the top paid in their position. So they are well-respected men. Not to mention, you have Dak Prescott, who is one of the most underrated quarterbacks ever to coming to the NFL. He was literally
17.
his 2016 season was top 10 of all time as a fluke. If you don't consider that underrated, bro, then I don't know what is.
It was a fluke.
Yes. The NFL did a thing where they're like, they took out of all the NFL players ever to play, they took the top 10 seasons of players who they thought that they thought were a fluke.
Yeah.
And Dak Prescott's was number 10.
Yeah,
Oh,
probably,
So like
probably was
from
a
the
fluke.
start of
He probably is
this
a
is
fluke.
the NFL's one, it was not.
It was
That's
a
the thing.
fluke.
He's a fluke.
It was a fluke.
Everyone says it's a fluke. It's like proving my point. He's one of the most underrated quarterbacks. Yet he's a winner.
The
That makes
defense.
no sense. He's
I could
a
name-
bad player, but he wins.
I could name 14 better quarterbacks than Dak Prescott.
Okay, the defense last
Yeah.
season, the Cowboys defense last season, season on ESPN.com, they're ranked 7.
Oh, that was yeah.
This is last
You're right.
season.
This
I don't
is
know
like-
about this
I'm talking
next
about
season.
preseason
Preseason
rankings.
stats.
Preseason rankings, they are ranked 3rd.
Really?
Preseason.
Yes.
Preseason.
Preseason.
So off the most
Off preseason.
Off the most recent games.
most recent games
but
and the recent
also-
things we have to go off of.
But also second string and third string players in.
It's going,
True.
So it's okay, exactly. So it's going around just our first string, second string. You're proving my point. So we're going through all the players, not just our starters. We're going through the depth.
But they're
Preseason-
also playing against second stringers and third stringers.
Second stringers and third
We
stringers.
have
They're
to
playing
see
against other second
We
stringers.
have
Yes,
to
that's
see,
what I-
yes,
that's
we
my
have-
point.
We have to see the first
Exactly.
string.
So then it's not like we have our starters going against second stringers.
We have to-
Yeah.
our second stringers are going against equally matched second
Yes,
stringers.
I agree.
So that's what I'm saying. It's not about preseason. Oh, it's preseason. They have second and third stringers. Well, second and third stringers are playing other second and third stringers, a part of that organization.
Right, but we can't say anything until they play starters. We can't starters against.
I agree with that.
They did play starters for the first.
Not
for
the starting
quarter,
defense, right?
For 8 minutes of the game.
For the first series. We have had some defensive players that have been having surgery and stuff, so they haven't really got many snaps. But
personally,
I'm just saying, we're ranked third. We're ranked third on defense.
I mean, you guys are all right. You got
all right defense, yeah.
Amari Cooper,
all right defense.
Ezekiel Elliot, if he signs back,
you guys are gonna have a better defense than you will on offense.
Ezekiel Elliott, if he gets his contract, you guys are gonna be.
I mean,
pretty good. But
if you don't have
third
Zeke.
ranked defense, that's pretty damn good. I mean,
I don't think it's a third.
Let's look at the Giants.
Look it up.
I don't think it should be.
I don't think it should.
I'm not saying the rankings are wrong. I'm just saying I don't think it should.
The Giants.
If Ezekiel Elliott's back, it's gonna be a good battle of the running backs again. Saquon, Zeke.
I think the Falcons have a better defense than the Cowboys.
Ooh.
Hot take from Caleb Blanchard.
Hot take from Caleb
I don't even
Blanchard.
think they're ranked top 10.
They might not be top 30.
I think Seattle has a better defense than that.
But
They do.
I think it's
Seattle does.
I think
Bears
our defense
do. Ravens, Chargers,
I think our
Rams.
defense is going to shut out.
All
Not
those.
shut out. Huh?
All those defenses he named were
He
pretty.
named like Rams,
Bears,
Chargers,
Rams,
Seahawks.
Chargers,
For some
Seahawks.
reason, some of those teams aren't ranked higher.
They need to be,
They should be.
They aren't though.
According to Zach.
according to his
Cowboys.
sources.
Do you have the Cowboys
Cowboys
defense on
super
fantasy?
fan.
What? Yes, I do.
You'll be disappointed.
Sorry.
I'll be.
All right, let's look at the Giants.
You'll be
side.
disappointed.
All right, Giants side.
Saquon.
Saquon. Eli Manning might be
He's
the.
gonna be great.
Saquon Barkley is a fantastic running back. He's everything you could want.
Phenomenal.
He's everything.
That's why I
you could
picked him
want.
up first
He's-
pick. I
he's-
had to.
Yeah.
You
I had to
literally
do
have
it.
I mean, he's just all around. Like,
Consistent.
He'll catch the ball out of the back. He's literally all the Giants have to score. So he's gonna.
They have Sterling Shepard.
Stop
Who
it.
sits on my bench. Quit playing.
I mean,
playing.
once Golden Tate gets back, he'll be a good second.
I
Right.
think it'll be a
Wow.
close game,
But
but the Giants will pull away.
what did Golden Tate get suspended for?
Quit playing. You guys are just messing with me at this point.
We're
Golden Tate,
not.
was Golden Tate
You guys
Illegal
watched Eli
substance?
Manning.
He has
last night,
substance
Illegal
abuse
substance?
or something. Golden
Golden
Tate.
right? Yeah.
suspended for illegal substance
6
use or
games.
something?
Yep. Did you guys not watch Eli Manning last year?
I know. That's the only reason I'm kind of leaning towards the
Have you not
Cowboys
seen?
too.
Have you not seen our defensive line?
It's good. It's
That's
really
fuck.
good.
Don't you have Tyron Smith?
That's our left
He's the
tackle.
offensive
yes.
line.
Offense.
But
But
basically,
he's a big
Did you
dude.
not see Eli
Zach
Manning?
loves to talk about
Super Bowl
Tyron Smith.
2000,
listen, dude.
whatever.
Tyron Smith is a
Big
pure
Utah
specimen
lady.
of a human that you want to be. Like, he's huge.
If Zeke plays, I think the
feel like-
Cowboys have it.
If Zeke plays, they win by 20 plus. If
Oh.
Zeke,
Okay,
if Zeke
yeah,
does
you're right.
not
That
play,
is
If Zeke
bold.
plays, the Cowboys blow him out.
Yeah.
If Zeke doesn't play, it's a close game. In my
Close
opinion.
game.
if Zeke doesn't play, they still win by
But
at
I'm
least
still
2
gonna-
touchdowns.
No.
No.
I'm still
Wow.
going with the Cowboys.
Well,
I'm still going with the Cowboys.
Sky's going with the
That's
Cowboys.
smart. I know
Zach's
you guys
going
just
with
like
the
to hate- I know
Cowboys.
you guys
I'll-
just like to hate against me, but you guys got to be
I'll
smart
have
about these
faith in
pickings.
Tony Pollard because James Conner went off for me
I'll
last
actually
year.
go with the Cowboys too because
Like-
you were talking up Tony Pollard.
I'm telling you guys, like I wouldn't sit there and talk. Like I'm a realist. If
But let's get this
I know
straight.
I
Let's
do
get-
like my Cowboys, but if I sat-
Straight. We're not going to side with you every week about the
Right,
Cowboys.
No, yes, but if I sat there and thought that Tony Pollard was ass, I'd be sitting there like, guys, we got to get Zeke back. We need to get Zeke back. Oh my
Right.
gosh!
Let's
But
get this straight.
I'm sitting here thinking, I say if Zeke holds out, that's a good thing. We got to reevaluate Dak Prescott as
I'm gonna get this straight
franchise
with you.
quarterback.
I'm gonna get this straight with you. I'm not picking Dallas because they're so good. I'm
I'm
picking the
picking
Giants because they're
bad.
'cause they're
Inconsistent.
not as good.
They're an inconsistent team. Okay, so we're all Cowboys though. All Dallas.
That's the first time
Big
Zach's
Texas.
ever heard that.
I'm so,
First and
I know you
only.
guys
It'll be
can't-
the only
I
time.
know you
I'm just
guys
kidding.
can't see me, but I'm grinning from ear to ear, like just
like,
just to
yay.
hear him, just to see him. You know, just to
They
hear him
picked
say
my
that.
team.
All right, next game.
I
Up.
get so much.
Next
hate.
game.
Detroit and Arizona. Lions and Cardinals.
Ooh.
Detroit wins this one.
Yep.
I'm going with Detroit.
Detroit.
Arizona.
You're on the Kyler Murray hype train.
Kyler Murray.
David
struggled
Johnson
week
hype
one.
train. David Johnson hype train.
David
But
Johnson
don't-
has
Okay, yeah.
70 yards with 1 touchdown.
If he does, I'll be happy.
That's plenty in fantasy, but that will not,
Not
get
to
the
the
job
game.
done in the
The
game.
thing about
Yeah.
it is the Cardinals' offensive line. That's where
Exactly.
It is
exactly.
kinda
And
bad.
if the Cardinals had one of the best
Very
offensive
subpar.
lines, I think Kyler Murray and David Johnson would thrive. Like I think that the
That's
Arizona
very- that's actually
Cardinals would
very
be
true.
a very,
But
very
they
good
don't.
If
team.
Kyler Murray had a lot of time
Exactly,
to
they
just
don't.
chill in the
So
pocket.
Kyler Murray's gonna be getting hit. a lot.
Yeah.
David Johnson's not going to be able to find anywhere out of the backfield.
I guess it's also that the fact that the Cardinals haven't really found luck in a franchise quarterback. Like, if you look, they're just sitting there constantly drafting people. Yeah.
They did what the Browns did like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah, they're just drafting people left and right. They can't find the right guys, so they can't draft anyone else.
Bring back Carson Palmer. Starting the petition.
But I don't think Kyler Murray is going to be that bad.
I don't think he'll be bad.
I think he'll be good.
I don't think he'll be good.
He'd be way better with a
defense
good
is
line.
good too. Don't get me wrong, the Lions defense has some good corners.
I feel like out of the hype of the number 1 pick overall, I feel like his hype's just been so much more.
Kyler Murray's.
Yeah, and I just don't. It hasn't been as impressive.
I think the Lions
it just sucks that he got drafted to the
I think
Cardinals.
the Lions will have a pretty good season.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, Matt Stafford's an all right quarterback.
Who's their running back?
Kieran
the
Johnson,
Lions?
who's actually his ceiling is supposed to be really good this year.
Really?
Kieran Johnson did all right last year. He's supposed to be pretty good this year. And then you have your wideouts are Marvin Jones and Kenny Golladay, both pretty good wideouts.
Pretty decent wideouts.
I feel like Matt Stafford is a pretty good quarterback. Put him on a different team and he'll do good.
I feel like Kyler Murray would be doing better on the Lions than Matt Stafford.
Well, you're the one. You keep saying Kyler Murray's going to Pat Mahomes season.
I feel like
I feel like
the only reason
I'm saying if he does overcome all the obstacles, shitty O-line, small height, small weight, that would make him the GOAT. Because he overcame such unstoppable obstacles.
No, but
like
obstacles that cannot be overcame.
Like there's only 2 reasons why you like Kyler Murray. And one of the reasons being he came from OU. Another reason being he's on your fantasy team. So
you're right about OU. I like Kyler Murray because he's from OU.
You also like Baker Mayfield because he comes from OU.
Yes,
and Baker Mayfield is a middle of the pack quarterback.
He's above Mitchell
till
Trubisky.
this year, I think.
He's above Mitchell Trubisky for sure.
He's with Dak.
Yeah.
Okay, but you guys are going Lions and I'm the oddball out.
Yeah, I think you're the oddball.
You're going Cardinals.
I'm doing the gamble. I'm doing the gamble.
I don't like that.
I like it.
You know what? Write me down for Cardinals.
There
I'll have
will
faith in
be-
Cardinals.
I hope there is a punishment for whoever has the worst record. You guys know.
Okay.
What is the punishment? Have we decided this
I
yet?
feel like we should let the people decide.
We should let the
people
people.
decide.
Listeners,
decide.
if you're listening,
We're going to start a poll on Instagram.
we're going to do a poll on Instagram or Twitter. We have a Twitter.
We only have like 20 followers. We need to step up
don't-
our Twitter
don't-
game.
yeah,
We need to
don't
step up
worry
our
about
Twitter
Twitter.
game.
Okay,
yeah,
just
you guys
Instagram.
need to follow us on Twitter for
Yeah.
sure.
Please.
But check it out on
Downstairs
Instagram.
Hooligans, I think.
But we're going to do something terrible to one of us, whoever loses. Whatever it might be, decide, choose, comment.
The end of the season, you get a point for every game you get right. At the end of the season, the person with the least amount of points gets punished.
Yeah.
We're going to give you a poll.
They'll be tonight's
Or
big loser.
actually, we'll ask you guys for what punishments you think we should get.
Yeah.
True.
And you guys just respond.
Yes.
Don't do any fatal or life punishments.
Don't say jump off a building.
We're pretty ballsy
that kind of
dudes.
stuff.
Like, I'd be down to do just about anything if I lose.
If Schuyler loses,
Knowing
I
though-
don't know.
No one's
that-
getting shot or
What?
cut.
Knowing
If
though-
you lose, I don't know.
Knowing that
I
Caleb's
lose, it's
sitting
gonna be
across
tough.
from
It's gonna
me,
be
though, I know I do not have to worry. You could do something stupid like shave your head and shave your eyebrows. That'd be pretty funny.
Ooh.
Shave your head would be funny.
Shave your head.
We'd be
And grows
eggheads.
back.
Whoever gets it,
Eggheads.
be egghead.
Shave your
You guys
head.
decide though, and we'll have options out. What's the next
We'll ask-
game? What's the next game on it?
Steelers and
Ooh.
Patriots.
Ooh.
Oh,
New
You
England's
gotta
all
go with
the
the
way.
dynasty, man.
I have to go with the
Actually,
dynasty.
Steelers.
I might see an upset here. I might choose the Steelers.
They're coming
What
hot off a
makes-
Super
what
Bowl.
makes
They're
you
kind
think
of they kind of
Steelers
don't
will
give a
win?
shit.
I think Ben
I feel like-
Roethlisberger, Juju, and James Conner are all the new killer bees.
They are the
And
new
they're
Killer
gonna
Bees.
be, they're gonna be good. They're gonna be
I
good.
feel like
I agree.
I feel like they're good, but I feel like there's just so much expectation from New England, like there is every year.
there is
You just
every
kinda-
year.
Especially
you just
coming
kinda
off of a Super Bowl dub.
You just kind of expect them to win, you know.
Tom
And
Brady.
the Steelers missing the playoffs last year, like
Tom Brady's age is gonna catch up to him.
one of these times. I don't feel like it's anytime soon. I feel like he'll be all right this
Look at
season.
Big Ben. Big Ben's like 80 years old.
Big Ben's built like an offensive lineman.
He is huge.
He is big. He is Big Ben.
I'm going with the
I'm going-
Patriots
I'm going
on
with
this
upset.
one.
I'm going with Pittsburgh Steelers.
It's-
I'm with the Steelers.
I'm going
Defensively, Patriots are insane.
I'm going with
Yeah.
the Patriots. Like I'd be stupid not to.
So Zach's going with the Patriots. I'm going with the Patriots. Caleb, you're going for the Steelers.
I'm going for the Steelers.
Caleb's going for the Steelers, and Sky's going with the Steelers. Very divided
the
on
new
that
killer
one.
bees, the new generation of killer bees.
What's the next game, Sky?
Texans and Saints. So I think we all know who
Saints.
really
Saints. Do we have to debate this?
I think the Texans played very, very well against the Cowboys in preseason week 3.
Okay, it was 34-0.
So I think
You're just bragging now.
Cowboys super fan.
I am?
34-8.
Second
way.
string.
No way.
Okay, so Deshaun Watson,
I'm just gonna put.
you know
all
what you're gonna get out of
Saints.
him. He's good.
And especially since they traded for a new left tackle who's one of the best in the league, I feel like they might be better.
The Texans could be actually the Texans. Talking about Melvin Gordon, the Texans should sign Melvin.
Ooh, the Texans could sign Melvin Gordon.
Duke Johnson's their number one right now.
I feel like
that would be a move.
now.
That would be a good move, actually.
Very good move.
They'd kind of just push Lamar Miller and be like, "Hey, you were good, but
Goodbye.
you got injured."
Yeah.
Dang, that would suck.
That's
That's
just
Paul-
how.
That's how it is,
Alan
though.
Hearns. Alan
It
Hearns.
is.
That's just how it is
NFL.
with business. Alan Hearns
Yeah.
knows what it's like.
I could never.
But
be,
like
I could never
the
be an
Saints,
owner.
let's talk about the
business.
Saints.
Sorry.
here.
Saints, Alvin
The
Kamara.
Saints got snuffed out of the Super Bowl that I think they
that
would
was-
have won.
That was
Yeah.
bullshit.
I think without a doubt they would
The
have
Saints would not
clinched
win
I-
the Super Bowl.
The Saints would have
Would have won
in my
the
opinion.
Super Bowl.
And then Drew Brees would be the
The
GOAT.
Rams choked.
The Rams choked.
They didn't
Brees
choke.
and Brady head to head. Brees would have performed and shown everybody he
Brees
deserves to
would-
be
He had a
Brees was
great
a-
season last year.
Brees in Brady's
Huge
head.
season.
Brees would have been
Yeah.
in Brady's head.
Did you see how he
Huge
played
season.
against the? Did you see how he played against the Dallas Cowboys?
No.
Last year,
Every game.
I'm pretty
he's
sure
gonna be a
Drew
Cowboys
Brees costed the
super fan.
game.
I doubt it. He had like a 5,000 yard season last year.
No, he costed the game for them last year. Listen, fourth quarter, they were on a game-winning drive. He threw an interception.
Dang.
Who made
Like he
who
did it
made
on purpose.
Who made
He
it to the
cost him.
conference
So
championship?
that's costing. That's his fault.
Who made
he's
it
only threw.
farther?
That
made it
was
to the
like
conference
that was like
championship?
what?
Who
one
made
of
it
his
farther?
4
Who made
picks
it
the entire
farther?
season.
Who made it
Let's
farther
not
that
talk
season?
about
The
that.
Saints.
It's bracket play. Bracket's easy.
Michael Thomas, Ted Ginn, Alvin Kamara, Drew Brees.
I feel like New Orleans easily wins this game.
New Orleans,
yeah,
New Orleans
we're all
gonna
going-
manhandle the Texans.
Yeah.
We're all going down to New Orleans. That's what
I
we're
don't-
doing.
I see a lot of people
Goodbye.
like loving on the New Orleans, and I see a lot of people thinking that this is going to be the year that they're downfalling.
Are we all going New Orleans?
I think they're going to the Super Bowl.
I've seen a lot of not codcasters.
Podcast.
Yeah,
a
New
lot
Orleans
of
for
I've seen
sure.
a lot of NFL analysts who have been saying
Either their
that,
downfall or
who have been saying that that's going to be their downfall. And me, being a Cowboys fan, I really hope so because I want that head coach over to be wearing a Dallas uniform.
Of course
it's
you
not
do.
gonna
He's not
happen.
gonna. It's not gonna happen. Anyways, what's the next game?
The last game, Monday. I think it's Monday night.
Last game, Monday night.
Broncos and Raiders.
This is actually really
kind of a
hard
bad
for me
Monday night,
because
yeah.
Broncos have a really good defense. The Raiders have a better offense than the Broncos.
And the Raiders,
Yeah.
especially, like you don't know what's going to happen this year. You know.
True.
Does Joe Flacco show out?
Does he
Does
show out
AB
with
show
something to
out?
prove?
Does
Does AB show
Does
out?
Joe Flacco show why the Broncos
Does AB
signed
even
him?
get on the field without his helmet?
No, he won't.
Does he just walk on without his helmet?
Does he just play with no helmet?
I
think
think.
he still has frostbite in his toe too, bro.
Oh, for
Ooh,
real.
yeah. Have you seen his feet? That's
Yeah,
nasty.
that episode of Hard Knocks, dude.
Yeah.
You can watch it free on YouTube, but it's like
Is it that bad?
What was
YouTube
it?
sponsor us too.
it's like gross.
Listen up, YouTube.
They're
But
probably
AB
gonna-
got
they're probably gonna
frostbite?
Copyright us now.
For shouting him out.
I can cut him.
You can cut him.
I can cut this.
They're not going to
Okay, we're
copyright
good.
us.
Dude,
You literally just said it's free on YouTube.
YouTube's dicks, bro.
Okay,
We're
okay.
posting this to YouTube. They don't care.
Yeah,
We're just asking for a sponsorship.
I'm gonna go with the Raiders.
Wait, AB got frostbite?
He had frostbite
Yeah, he has
on
frostbite on
his
his-
toe. It was
his
really
feet.
gross.
Was he in like Alaska or something?
No, it's from a cryo chamber or whatever.
He went to a cryo chamber with like cold, the cold
He
air.
didn't have
that
the
flows
footwear.
in.
He
He
didn't have the
the
footwear.
footwear.
What in the heck?
So his feet just got frostbite.
But like
Is he
gonna
he
get him
said,
amputated?
it's better now. So
Yeah, he's
it's
good
not really a
now.
focus.
Is he
It's a
gonna
bad
run
joke.
a 4.840 on nubs?
He's gonna have a wheelchair.
Because he gets his feet
He's gonna be wheeling around the field.
I'm sure he's
She's gonna always hit the wheel route.
I don't. I feel like Oakland could pull this out.
Yeah.
Oakland's
I
pulling
think
it out,
the
in my
Raiders will
opinion.
pull it out.
I think so too.
All right, all Raiders.
All Oakland.
Go Marshawn Lynch.
That is.
Didn't
that,
he retire?
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, another weapon.
That is
their weapon.
That is the final game of week 1.
That's the final game of week 1. How do you guys think about that? Our picks. Give us a. I don't know.
Let us know.
Give us an opinion. Let us know.
Let us know if I'm an idiot.
Let us know.
Tell us where you thought we went wrong.
What are your guys' predictions for week 1? And just send that to us, or have it open.
Comment on
How
our
do you guys
Instagram,
think the
our
best
Twitter.
game's going to be out of all those?
That would be interesting.
Best game?
What people?
What out of all the games, which one do you think is going to be the best game to
The
watch?
best game.
Personally,
Atlanta, Minnesota.
yes.
Yeah,
That game's a pretty good game.
that is a good game to watch.
I could either see it be very boring.
The
and,
Browns
very
game, too.
low. Oh yeah, the Browns. I feel like the Browns
I
are
wanna
just
see
exciting
that.
to watch in general.
definitely.
Oh yeah,
Chiefs
Yeah.
in Jacksonville too.
Chiefs and Jacks. Oh, these are just some good games. I don't know. I feel like Nick Foles is going to go off, and I also feel like Patrick Mahomes is going to go off. So I feel like that week, I feel like that game, Jacksonville versus Chiefs. I feel like that's going to be a very good
very
game.
exciting, very explosive game
Very
to watch.
fun.
game.
All right, awesome. Well,
Week 1 analysis and picks is done.
week 1, yeah, done. I guess we're just gonna get in the fun shit with this podcast now. We're just gonna go into the current events, pop culture. Kevin Hart got in a car crash. Sad.
Tragic.
Very sad.
Apparently
I
his
was
back's
surprised by
injured.
that.
Major back injuries, according to.
I know.
He's already back in recovery though. Like he's
Yeah.
already.
They said he has a couple more days left in the hospital, but then he'll be able to be released.
Which is good.
He's
That
just
is
like
good.
he's just such a funny dude. Like he's a good dude.
Very wholesome,
You know,
great guy.
like-
Yeah.
And he's been working out a lot, and like just to fuck up his back.
You ever seen Cold as Balls?
Yeah.
Who?
That YouTube
Cold as
video,
balls,
Cold as
yeah.
Balls.
Balls.
That
Yeah.
that shit is funny, dude. And it's hard to
He's a
see
comedian.
see him hurt
Sad,
right
sad.
now.
It is.
But in other news, Keanu Reeves turns 55.
Happy birthday, Keanu.
John Wick,
Happy birthday,
Wick.
John.
John Wick.
the ultimate assassin.
Happy birthday, Baba Yaga.
We are all huge fans of John Wick. And
He does
except
not look
Zach.
55.
I can't wait for the fourth one.
He looks 40,
The movies look tight.
if that.
I would say he looks
The
like
movies are dope.
36.
If you've ever seen Spider-Man: Homecoming, he looks like the teacher.
He's not the dude.
Off that movie.
Spider-Man
Off that
Homecoming.
movie.
We always get into this, and it pisses me off. No, he's not the dude in
They look
Spider-Man
just
Homecoming.
like-
Not
They look
at all.
alike.
No.
A little bit.
Nope.
Well, Keanu, I think, is going to have an amazing acting career to come because John Wick is amazing.
Yeah.
John Wick 4,
and
when's it gonna come out?
He's in a Netflix film, too. It's like some fun. John
Yeah.
Wick 4, I don't
And
know.
also became like a meme with Fortnite and all that, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
he kind of
he-
became a meme.
He got a
Huge
Fortnite
dude.
skin.
Yeah,
What's-
like,
what's-
If you
everyone-
become a meme, you're popular.
Right, like,
What's the
Yeah.
game? Didn't he? Was he on
Cyberpunk.
stage? Cyberpunk. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Punk.
That's coming
At
out later this
E3.
year, I think.
He's like the face of Cyberpunk or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just a special character, and it's
Making
just supporting.
moves.
But yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool in Keanu's world. But
Happy birthday, Keanu.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
In film news, we can't wait. The It 2 movie comes out this weekend.
It Chapter 2.
It Chapter
I'm gonna go
2.
see it opening night.
I'm going to see it opening night as well.
I fucking hate clowns.
So we have to see it with Zach.
Yeah, Zach, yeah, come along.
I can't watch it alone. He'll
We
pee
can
his
give the movie
pants.
review on the next episode.
We could.
We could do movie reviews.
That's true.
That's what
It
we're
Chapter 2.
definitely.
It looks good. The previews look
I'm
very
Previews
so
look amazing.
excited. Like Bill Skarsgård is it.
New scary movies are always good.
I heard
Gives
Just
me
like,
something
Yeah.
it's,
to
like
watch.
it's always scarier, you know?
I
Like,
saw-
it's
Yeah,
always
it keeps getting
scarier than
scarier.
movies.
in the
scary.
theater too.
Oh,
and get
yeah.
that environment.
I've seen reviews and there's this one guy that people keep saying steals the show. Bill Hader.
Bill Hader steals the
Yes.
show, which
Bill
I'm very
Hader.
excited
What
to see
actor
his
does he
character.
play?
He
Like,
He
what-
plays
Richie.
Finn
Richie.
Wolfhard's character.
No, he plays Richie.
Richie, yeah.
Oh yeah, is that
Finn
is that
Wolfhard's
Finn
character.
Wolfhard?
Yeah, he has the glasses on. He's
Oh,
the
okay.
glasses
Oh,
character
yeah,
who
yeah,
always
yeah.
cussed in the first
Yeah,
one.
the funny
The
kid.
funny character.
Oh, so is this like them when they're older?
This
Yeah,
is
this
them
is
when
them
they're
older.
older.
Oh,
Remember the
shit.
first It movie we watched at my house?
Yeah.
And it was long as hell because it's
Yeah.
2 movies.
Right.
It's when they're older and when they're younger.
I didn't know James McAvoy
shows
was in
both,
this.
yeah.
Yeah, James McAvoy's in it.
Off Split?
Off Split. There's another pretty famous guy in it too. I
Is
forget
it
his name.
Isaiah Mustafa.
Pennywise, the dancing
Oh yeah, Bill
clown.
Skarsgård, of course. Fucking amazing.
That guy looks like a weirdo.
He is. He looks like the original It clown.
That's
he looks like
weird.
Tim Curry. In other movie news, the Joker.
The
trailer.
Joker.
I'm so.
The Joker
I've
looks
seen-
phenomenal.
People have been saying that he's better than Heath Ledger.
Holy shit.
That
makes me so excited.
That
Heath Ledger
really...
Heath Ledger is a god. Was the best Joker.
Heath Ledger, without a doubt, was the best Joker. And if they're saying he's better than Heath Ledger, like, from the trailer, I felt like he's going to definitely take it in the direction Heath Ledger started.
Heath Ledger way.
And he's going to... I mean, it's a solo Joker movie now.
True.
So I feel like he's going to be able to expand on what Heath Ledger started.
IGN said it was 10 out of 10.
Oh, shit.
I mean, I'm not like huge on movie reviews with them.
Rotten Tomatoes is the real movie review.
I know, but like 10 out of 10. Like, not a lot of people say 10 out of 10 on movies.
Not a lot of people say 10 out of 10, dude.
Did you guys
makes me excited.
Did you guys see that video of Heath Ledger like kissing that fan?
Yeah.
She fainted.
She fainted.
Yeah.
She fainted.
She started screaming. He like turned around. He just...
I'm so excited to see that movie. I'm so excited to see it too.
Same.
The legend.
A legend. Well, thank you guys for listening. This is our very first episode. I think it went really well.
I like the topics we discussed.
Yeah. It's just amazing having this opportunity to do this and
finally getting it going.
Yeah.
Finally started what we've been talking about.
Thanks to you guys.
Thanks to you guys.
80 followers on Instagram.
80. The big 84.
We hadn't even aired an episode.
We had,
yeah.
So popular boys.
Thank you to you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
We also want to give out some special thanks to Gordon Gregory for helping
Gordy
the support for helping us get this equipment and his support with it. It's just amazing. And Tanya, my mom, she made the logo.
The logo
looks fire, and we're check
we're
her out
not
at
that creative.
TanyaPropsDesign.com. So we're just not that creative, and she is. So thanks to her, and
we want you guys again to
give us your ideas.
Respond on Instagram. Give us your ideas for what the punishment should be.
Punishment.
Where
we chose wrong in the week.
Shaving your head is
predictions.
pretty darn good.
That's a good one. That's going to be hard to go through, though.
We got it.
Yeah, I don't...
Skyler's not about that one.
It's tough.
Sky doesn't want to
go. His head shaved.
I don't want to look like an egghead. I don't want to look like Austin Eckler.
Okay, what about, like, eyebrows? Something, like, hair needs to be
because
shaved.
eyebrows have a chance of not growing back.
So you could look like a weirdo for the rest of
eyebrows take forever to grow back. That's the problem with them. Yeah. Like, you'd have that.
So it's got to be the head.
I'll shave my legs.
No, that's too weak, bro.
That's weak. But anyways, give your ideas. We're on social media, Instagram, Twitter. We have a Patreon too. If you want to donate to us, we'll keep making our stuff.
What you think
we
missed,
love donations.
What we did wrong in the predictions, ideas for the punishment.
Anything, just send us ideas.
What you think will be the best game of week 1?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, give us the best game week 1. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening, and we will see you next time.